Gotta do the dash on these toes like Joseph. I'm my own opponent, mine be floating, but I know the game. I can't complain, so I'm just fighting, pray I'm chosen. Just tryna stay focused, witchcraft, hocus pocus. The way that she came up and she said, I see that you want me. Now all I need is for you to need me. I had to flee, I can't fall in love with nothing that's bad for me. I can't fall for lust and become a tragedy. I can't put my trust in my heart, cause it's weak for fantasies, ay. I had to flee. I can't fall in love with nothing that's bad for me. I can't fall for lust and become a tragedy. I can't put my trust in my heart, cause it's weak for fantasies. I had to flee. Feel like every time I could hear them voices in my mind. No kids, no they lying. Toss some wicked ways to the side. I know I be tripping, yeah. I was living like I was blind. No, never noticed, man, I really never noticed. I'm tired of getting caught up in a moment. Evil thoughts in my head always roaming. Take time and decide if I wanna die or really wanna pie with smoking. Praying live just to stay alive. I'm a son of God, so it's no surprise. All these spirits on me gotta mortify. Now the demons speaking to me through her eyes like I see that you want me. Now all I need is for you to need me. I had to flee. I can't fall in love with nothing that's bad for me. I can't fall for lust and become a tragedy. I can't put my trust in my heart, cause it's weak for fantasies, ay. I had to flee. I can't fall in love with nothing that's bad for me. I can't fall for lust and become a tragedy. I can't put my trust in my heart, cause it's weak for fantasies. I had to flee. I was living like I was blind.
Fleeing from them demons, feel like Joseph. Light on top the hill, I'm really glowing. Ay. Don't know if you ain't know this, but we the only people that he chosen. Renew my mind, I had to renew my mind. I had to shine, no brother, I had to shine. Renew my mind, I had to renew my mind. I had to shine, no brother, I had to shine like yeah. Chosen to rise up above my problems. Since you got some sins, you better solve them. Life is night and day, gird up and choose a way. If you don't cleanse your ways, with your life you gonna pay. It's gonna take some time to learn how to live. We the sons of God, that's just how it is. Gotta earn your real life with this life. Gotta take it one day at a time.
Gotta get it right, I know that I've been wrong. Lost for all this time, so trust me, this isn't easy. Had to change my life, they ask what I've been on. I'm tryna do is fight inside my mind, please let it
Fleeing from them demons, feel like Joseph. Light on top the hill, I'm really glowing. Ay. Don't know if you ain't know this, but we the only people that he chosen. Renew my mind, I had to renew my mind. I had to shine, brother, I had to shine. Renew my mind, I had to renew my mind. I had to shine, no brother, I had to shine like yeah.
I be shining every day. Now that I got light so bright, my mind be in the days, ay. Tryna find a way, tryna fight these demons, but my mind be in the way. I just been battling, I know. Back on this, I know. Got the habits ready, though. I act like this before, okay? Oh no, gotta get it back like before I change my ways. I grow, quit sinning like once before I tell you. Gotta get it right, I know that I've been wrong. Lost for all this time, so trust me, this isn't easy. Had to change my life, they ask what I've been on. Tryna do is fight inside my mind, please let it
Fleeing from them demons, feel like Joseph. Light on top the hill, I'm really glowing. Ay. Don't know if you ain't know this, but we the only people that he chose.
I tie my laces and walk adjacent to Father's patience. Right next to Satan, the sin lies, they call me Raymond. Can't go complacent, my heart is racing, the Lord is waiting. I follow in his footsteps, it's not complicated. I've been living in this hell, so I gotta make it. This could be my only chance, so I gotta take it. So I gotta take it. This could be my only chance, so I Brothers been tripping for too long, so I've been walking face up through the mud with my boots on. And I'll be damned if I do wrong. I just hate when the news on, cause all I'm seeing is depression and oppression all up in their face. And they wanna give up on a day by day. Just know the Lord, He is making a way. So if you keeping the faith, hold your head high, it's gonna be okay. And I don't even feel no more. My people getting killed, it's getting really real. And they don't wanna live on, no. It's cause of the sin, why we always gotta die on the block. Why sisters always gotta cry on the block. And mama feel the pain when I walk, how I walk. Cause she hates how I talk, why you talk like that?
On my two sides, see the block is getting too high. Time's running low, need a new watch. They fell for the do-out. That thing. I really wish you knew that you all been through all these extreme things. I'm trying to figure out what happened to you and me things. Trying to figure out what happened to unity, man. I'm flipping on the news and hear the blues when I see things. I see hatred all around. Fighters and murders with a frown. My brother in a puddle on the ground. Like what the hell he gon' do now? When everything is going south, remember who you are, pick up your car. My people feel no more. Feel no pain when they kill no more. Do you feel how I feel this hard? No. And I don't even feel no more. My people getting killed, it's getting really real. And they don't wanna live on, no. It's cause of the sin, why we always gotta die on the block. Why sisters always gotta cry on the block. And mama feel the pain when I walk, how I walk. And she hates how I talk, why you talk like that, like that? Feel no more. Feel no more. Feel no more. Feel no more. I feel no more. I'm not a bad individual, I just made some mistakes on my way down the road. Dropped the old man like a give and go. The one in the mirror is my biggest fall. Ain't gonna act like it's difficult, I gotta get right cause the time ain't gon' slow. Gotta do as it is written though. Man, I thank the Lord if you didn't know. He saved my life, He saved my life. When I with my brothers, I'm in my own world. Ay. Flip through the scripts and see diamonds and pearls. Wickedness, I just leave that for the jury. Came in it, I finished slide on my jewels in other cities. I found a brand new way of life. Never alone, even though nobody with me. I got my God, He saved my life. Why you in my way? Kingdom on the line, I cannot play. No, not today, okay. I'm not a bad individual, I just made some mistakes on my way down the road. Dropped the old man like a give and go. The one in the mirror is my biggest fall. Ain't gonna act like it's difficult, I gotta get right cause the time ain't gon' slow. Gotta do as it is written though. Man, I thank the Lord if you didn't know. He saved my life.
I had to get the right living the sinner life. Could've went wrong. I done fell plenty times, but I'm in a fight, still holding on. You need to decide if you really on this side. Then move along. And this is the end signs, yeah, this is the end. Don't leave me alone. My father gave me the recipe, day to day I see that Satan be vesting me. I had to become a better me, walking different, had to switch up the energy. Wishing death upon the enemy, son of perdition ain't who he pretend to be. Now I'm steady learning lessons, searching out the blessings that Moses had sent to me.
While I was wildin', the old man inside me had my I just made some mistakes on my way down the road. Drop that old man like a give and go. The one in the mirror is my biggest fall. Ain't gonna act like it's difficult. I gotta get right cause the time ain't gon' slow. Gotta do as it is written though. Man, I thank the Lord if you didn't know. He saved my life.
Walk on, I done made some mistakes, ain't no bar mine. And it pours when it rains, hope it wash off the stains. They still look at me strange for the outcome. Yeah, how come? He chose me to walk up this mountain. And all of the blessings and mercies I seen on this journey, I never forgot one. And all of a sudden it is what it was. And I'm seeing the suffering, I'm sick to my stomach. Betrayed him for nothing, divided the judgment. He raining out curses on dirty as dust. Now how can I function? I'm knowing the life that I live could lead to destruction. Kingdom is coming. Get it together, no time for dysfunction.
I'm not a bad individual. I just made some mistakes on my way down the road. Drop that old man like a give and go. The one in the mirror is my biggest fall. Ain't gonna act like it's difficult. I gotta get right cause the time ain't gon' slow. Gotta do as it is written though. Man, I thank the Lord if you didn't know. He saved my life.
To celebrate.
Yeah, this world is so wicked, it got my mind gone. But we been flipping through scriptures, it got my mind blown. It's me back on the mission with our forefathers' traditions. And we been painting the pictures like the time drawn. Yeah, this world is so wicked, it got my mind gone. We been flipping through scriptures, it got my mind blown. It's me back on the mission with our forefathers' traditions. And we been painting the pictures like the time drawn. I done been tried in that fire and made it out.
Yes, sir.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to another week of Let's Talk Truth.
Radio.
So we got, IUIC Atlanta in the building. We got a patient saint with us today.
That's right.
He don't know nothing about Let's Talk Truth, though, but he gonna learn today.
I'm gonna learn a little bit, huh?
All right, today you got myself, Officer Manuel.
Officer Joel.
Officer Isaiah.
You all right?
Officer Isaiah.
All praise to the Most High. So today we got a very, very heavy topic on our hands. It's when sex becomes idolatry. So now this for a lot of people. This for a lot of our people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us grew up listening to certain people, listening to certain music. You know, I was born in the R. Kelly era. That was my mama's favorite artist.
Oh, Jodeci.
You know what I'm saying? I was a fruit of their labors. You know what I'm saying? We was conceived in iniquity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real. So a lot of it, and it's only getting worse and worse. You got to think, we was born during R. Kelly and what's the Lil Kim and all of them. Now these kids being born with Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All these different, Yeah. So it's getting only worse and worse and worse.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you when it started though, with my generation. Trina and Monica and them.
Yeah, Trina.
Yeah,
Trina set it off.
Yeah.
But no, it was bad. It got bad in the 90s with the Silk and all of them when they got to getting on the videos, doing all the grinding and the crime. Really Keith Sweat. Like all that, ooh yeah. Like all of that.
Oh, bro, that's not, that was Jodeci.
That was Jodeci.
Well, I know, but Keith Sweat founded Jodeci though. Nah, he founded Silk.
Damn.
But I'm saying he was like the daddy of that, like Soulja Boy, Slick the daddy of these rappers.
Come on now, dog.
Or
Soulja Boy.
I don't know. I'm saying this new generation of rappers, they be like, I just found it in my warp swag. You know what I'm saying? I know what the hell
I know. I
saying.
got you. Yeah.
Yeah, Keith Sweat started the sex on wax movement.
That's right. So you saying
black culture.
You saying he got like the Tyrese and the got that
I'm saying?
Ushers
Like
and
the
all-
Jodeci, the Drew Hill, the Silk, all of them. Like he started that wave. They looked up to him coming in the game. Am I lying?
Nah, you
Yeah,
Bobby
give my
Valentino.
credit. I was a
You
joke.
about
Come on, man.
You about right.
But anyway, the point is that a lot of us, for the last 30 or 40 years in this age of decadence in America, a lot of us was brought up and exposed to sex at a very early age, whether it was pornography, magazines, music, etc., that early desire for intercourse, you know what I'm saying, set in with a lot of our people at a very young age. And it takes a toll on our people today. That's adults,
right.
people that's in the world, you know, thinking they regular, and brothers and sisters that's in the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's learning the Bible, learning their true nationality. Excuse me, and they still dealing with this sex demon. All right? For real, it's a demon. But we going to get into it, though, all right? But before we get into that, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Send it to somebody that you know that all they want to talk about, all they spend their life doing, you know what I'm saying? It's sex.
Chasing
You got a
booty.
friend that's 2021 Bill Bellamy, send it to him. You know what I'm saying? You got a friend that thinks she's Sex in the City. What's that one woman name from what's that movie?
What, 50 Shades of
you said what?
What's that? 50 Shades of something, I forgot.
Somebody 50 Shades of Grey.
Great, yeah.
50 Shades of Grey. Okay, yeah.
That's the right.
Nah, I'm thinking about that movie. It's really East Side. I'm tripping.
Shades of Grey.
All right. Nah, I'm thinking about that movie when their prostitute. He basically started like trying to yeah, it's kind of older.
Damn, I know what
With
what you're talking about.
Julia
Robinson or something like that.
something like that. Y'all know the titles where you at?
It was called.
What's that movie? Hey, what's that movie?
I know you talking
My
about.
mama
now.
used
Julia
to love
Roberts.
that movie.
That's her name.
Yeah,
Julia Roberts.
yeah.
She
What was
a-
that movie?
She
Somebody,
was a hoe from Babylon.
somebody tell us that movie online, man. I know that movie,
I know
but it
that
ain't
movie, man.
clicking right now. But like I said, like, share, subscribe, send this out to the people. But before we get into the topic, we gotta warm up with some news going on in the world. All right, pull that up on the
Yes,
screen.
sir.
All right, it say 15 people shot. Kroger grocery store shooting. Suspect identified. Now look, the screen giving it away, but when you hear 15 people shot, the first thing that come in your mind is the Golden Girl, Betty White. That's the first thought of your mind. Betty White. But nah, he not white this time. All right, it's a Moabite. I think that went over brothers' heads, but it say his name was Uktang or Yuktang, whatever the hell. Uktang. All right, play that video real quick.
Hey, dude, say he up that thing.
An emotional vigil held overnight for the victims of that supermarket shooting in Tennessee. This as we learn the identity of the man described as the gunman who killed one person and wounded 14 others before taking his own life. ABC's Alex Perez has the latest now from the town of Collierville.
This morning, new details on that deadly shooting inside this Kroger grocery store. Authorities identifying the gunman as 29-year-old Uk Tang. City officials confirming this photo of him.
Do you have a motive at this point? Do we know why?
I don't know that we'll ever know why. I know this. We're going to take it where the evidence takes us.
A family friend telling WKRN that Tang's parents are mourning the loss of their son and cooperating with the FBI.
I'm sorry for these families, and I'm keep praying for him.
Authorities searched Tang's apartment. One neighbor here who didn't want to show his face is in disbelief and describes Tang as a quiet person.
Just to think that, there's a murderer that literally stays 5 feet from us.
Witness Jason Lusk describing the chaos he saw. Lusk was at a nearby store when he heard the commotion and started recording, capturing this moment as a terrified Kroger employee escaped to the roof.
I was afraid that people panicking might cause them to make a mistake where they end up getting shot themselves.
In all, 14 victims shot and hospitalized. One customer, 70-year-old Olivia King, was killed.
Authorities say the shooter was a third-party vendor who did business with the store. Investigators finished collecting evidence here late last night. Dan?
Another mass shooting in America. Alex Perez, thank you very much.
Hey, so, you know, like you said, another mass shooting in America. So this is nothing new in the United States of America. You done had several grocery store shootings, Walmart shootings, church shootings. You at the Post nightclub, right? You know, et cetera, et cetera. And the understanding that we always give our people, like when stuff like this happen, you know, people be like, "Where was God?
Right.
Like, why would God let that happen?" But the problem is, y'all don't know God.
Right.
Y'all just don't know the God that's, you know, hey, sitting on that throne. Get Amos chapter 3. Amos 3 verse 6. When this stuff happen, it's not, you know, it's for a purpose beyond your level of understanding. Right. Amos 3 verse 6.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Come on.
Shall there be evil in a city?
Shall it be what?
Shall there be evil in a city?
Shall it be evil in a city, such as a shooting, such as a bombing, such as whatever evil may come to pass in the city, read.
And the Lord hath not done it?
And the Lord have not done it. You might be hearing that and be like, hell nah.
Right.
To hell with the Bible. The hell God.
Not my Jesus.
Hell I ain't believing in a God that do evil. Guess what? Get Isaiah 45 and 7. That's why everybody be saying they love God.
Right.
And y'all don't know him to love him.
Right.
For real, you got to be renewed in the spirit of your mind to understand why these things truly happen. All right, read what you got.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. Come on. I formed the light and create darkness.
The Lord said, I formed the light and create darkness. What? And create darkness. Read.
I make peace.
I do what?
I make peace.
I make peace. Yeah, read.
And create evil.
And create evil. Meaning I create the little things and the little weird white boys that got these little weird psychotic thoughts plotting and scheming to go and shoot up schools and grocery stores.
Right.
The Lord said, I create them. You know what I'm saying? For real, read on.
The Lord, do all these things.
All right, get one more. Psalm 17:13. So, like I said, the reason why this stuff be happening is beyond our comprehension. But in a nutshell, the Lord judgeth. The Lord judgeth. And you never know who he'll use, what he'll use, and how he'll use who or what to pass his judgment. All right, the issues of death belong to the Lord.
Right.
All right,
That's right. The book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13.
Watch this.
Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
The Bible says that the wicked, these shooters, you know what I'm saying? These, you know, even the people that's making these, I ain't gonna say the word, with the mosquito bites.
Mosquito bite. Just bite.
The Lord said that they are his sword. These wicked, even people that do these things, the Lord utilized them to punish people.
That's
right.
Right.
We got to understand that. When you understand that, then you'll be able to comfort yourself. All right? But if you got that mindset like, why would God do that? And, oh, my God. Stupid. Then, hey, you just going to be an infidel.
You don't know the Lord, man.
Exactly. You had some else?
Yeah, let me get Isaiah 43:11 for everybody talking about, not my Jesus, not my God. Hey, if you don't believe this God of this Bible, who is your God? It ain't the God of this Bible. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 43 and verse 11. I, even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior.
No, I'm not my Jesus. Read it again.
Even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior.
So if y'all don't believe the God of this Bible, he kills, he make a lie, he create evil, he do all these things. What God are you serving? It ain't the God of the Bible. Just like you were saying, hey, they don't know God.
Right.
He said, ain't no Savior besides me.
That's right.
Go ahead.
The whole story of Noah just went over everybody's head.
They had the story of the Exodus. Delivering us.
Exodus,
He killed all them newborn babies.
Right, exactly.
They didn't do nothing to nobody.
Right.
Per se. Hey, y'all don't know the Lord, man. It is what it is. What people do is they try to formulate based on their opinions, their emotions, and their thoughts, and say, well, God, he would do this, and he would allow this, and he said don't judge anybody. And you know what I'm saying?
That's where you went wrong.
Like, God is a weak-ass
cap.
like pump of smoke.
You know what they do, officer? They, like the Old Testament, you see a lot of death, judgment. But now when they read that Matthew, they turn to Matthew, and their mind, they be like, oh. Now we got white Jesus, and God loves everybody.
Right.
So God saved the world. He gave his only begotten son. They just forgot about him.
Everything.
He said, I'm the Lord, I change not.
See that, and that's, you know, what's crazy about what you just said, because they get to the New Testament and get bamboozled, because they pastors say Revelation is sealed. Don't read it. You know, I was a young Christian boy, but I opened up the book of Revelation.
Damn.
And I understood, like, damn, this about the last days, and it's a whole lot of damn death. So I used to be convicted if I would have never did that when I was a young boy, I probably would have been a whole lot worse. Message. Because I was already terrible. You know what I'm saying? But I was always convicted at the end of the day, like, I know this ain't right. Like, I know I'm in jeopardy of hell fire for what the hell I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? But if I would have never dealt with Revelation, even though of course I didn't understand it, but I just knew, like, people dying, flames is flying.
Right.
Hell no, the Lord ain't playing. All right, for real. So, hey, I'm telling you, man, Christianity, like it say in 2 Thessalonians, a strong delusion.
Right.
Our people delusional when it comes to the issues of death.
The hell is this?
So make sure that you, stay in the spirit. Get Psalms 140 real quick. Psalms chapter 140. You know, when it come to, like it's saying Revelation 18:4, like Deacon Malachi brought out, right? We got to depart from her spiritually to not be partakers of the plagues. Stuff like this is going to continue to happen more and more in the last days because the Lord is judging this place. So if you caught up in this place spiritually, you might end up being a victim of all this stuff that be going on. But if you in the spirit of the Lord or whatever, you'll be able to cry to the Lord for this.
Right.
And you'll have that protection. Read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 140 and verse 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man.
Read.
Preserve me from the violent man.
Right. You can pray to the Lord to preserve you from the violent man. Because it's going to be violent men in the earth.
Right.
They his sword. But you can pray to the Lord to preserve you from
That's
them.
right.
All right? So, hey, it's time for our people to repent, wake the hell up, get their mind right. So all these disasters that's finna start happening don't strike you.
Right.
All right? So I'll praise to the Most High. Y'all warm yet?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into the topic. All right, the topic is when sex becomes idolatry. Now, I just want to say this because I don't want to make it seem like we saying sex is a sin.
Right.
Sex outside of marriage is a sin. Can we get that real quick? Hebrews 13.
Right.
Hebrews 13, verse 4.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Come on. Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is honorable in all. God honors marriage, and along with that comes what? Read.
And the bed undefiled.
So along with marriage comes action in the bed. And God said that action in the bed when you marry is undefiled. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
All right.
So you can get to keep sweating.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. You do all when you married.
You gonna make the bath water and drink it too?
Oh,
Nah, hell no.
no.
That ain't the bed. That's the bath. See, now that's the bath. That's the bath right there. No, I'm just playing. Keep reading, though. Keep reading.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
God said, whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. That's people that have sex outside of marriage, people that have sex with other people that's married or outside of their spouse.
Right.
God said, when you do that, he will judge you. All right? That is not cool. That is not okay. But in today's society, it's normal.
Right.
It's normal. What Kevin Samuel say? A married man, he can't cheat. He just exercise.
Come on now, dog.
What the hell that mean? I still don't get it. I think I need to send something. Yeah. But real quick, it's Sirach 41. Before we jump into it, this is what the Lord say, And it's another scripture that say to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and every woman have her own husband, right?
Right.
So when you within the covenant of marriage, you know what I'm saying, sex is okay. You should have a good amount. Now, still within being married, and all you want to do is have sex,
Right.
that's going to hinder you from the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, in the long run. But that's a different, whatever. But the thing about it is what happens in a society like this, even when you marry and you not in the spirit, you not girded up with the word of God, your marriage is going to be defiled. Right. We read that last week in Wisdom of Solomon 14. In the last days, it ain't going to be no marriages that ain't been defiled.
Right.
Somebody done stepped out, if not both, because our people not governed by God's laws. Message. All right, Sirach 41:17.
The book of Sirach, chapter 41 and verse 17.
Come on.
Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother.
Right, so he giving a list of things to be ashamed of. The first thing he said to be ashamed of is whoredom before father and mother. And we gonna dig deep into that because the agenda, this sexualized culture agenda, is targeted towards the youth, right? So you got these young 11, 12, 13-year-old girls exposing their body as soon as they develop, exposing their body all on TikTok. One of my side hustles is substituting. I'm a substitute teacher, right? So I deal with middle school kids and stuff like that. The first thing they be asking me when they come into class is like, can we get on our phone? You know what I'm saying? And then when they get on their phone, they ass get to doing TikTok videos. I be like, I had to tell one class, like, hey, you can talk, you can get on your phone, but I don't want to see nobody doing no damn TikTok videos.
Right.
For real, them young girls in the camera, I'm talking about 12, 13, with doing all.
Going to the bathroom.
Come on, man. Exactly. The reason why I say whoredom before father and mother, meaning before you an adult, when you a teen, when you an adolescent, and you already getting it in.
Right.
That's something to be ashamed of. But me, growing up, I'm not that far removed. I graduated from high school in 2014. It ain't been that long ago for me. You know what I'm saying? For real. So the thing about my generation is when you got to a certain age, it was a shame to not been out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the number one topic in school is who's smashing who.
Right.
Who would smash who did smash who.
Smash or pass.
Exactly. That's the number one topic. So if you 14, 15, 16, if you a senior and you ain't got none, it was a shame. You was going to lie. You was going to lie about it. For real. But God said that's something to be ashamed of.
Right.
You just swiped your V card when you were still living with your parents. Yeah, that's a damn shame. That's how you know our mind got to be reformed. All right? But jump down to verse 20.
Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
And of silence before them that salute thee.
Come on.
And to look upon an harlot.
So another thing to be ashamed of is to look upon a harlot. Right. Another word for a harlot is a prostitute, right? A whore.
A little bit of
if y'all didn't know, porn is prostitution.
Right.
Porn is big prostitution. You see what I'm saying? God said you should be ashamed to look up on a damn porn star.
Right.
To look up on a woman on a screen showing all her damn secret parts.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You should be ashamed of that as a man. But nowadays, it ain't no shame in that at all.
Right.
For real. Keep reading.
Verse 21. And to turn away thy face from thy kinsman, or to take away a portion or a gift, or to gaze upon another man's wife.
Or to do what?
Or to gaze upon another man's wife.
So that goes into what I was saying. When sex become idolatry, even when you marry, it's not the end of sexual sin.
Right.
If sex is your idol when you marry, you going to gaze on another man's wife. You going to commit adultery. Go ahead.
And also, officer, like, when you gaze upon other men's wife, that goes into you having a preference, to then you get manifested in that sin, then you don't have a preference.
Right.
Now
Exactly.
it's
Oh, we
smaller.
going to get into that. That's, look, dopamine, this is a whole nother class I got to do.
Right.
But dopamine, it's not necessarily that you want something better. It's you want something new.
Right.
Once you done been dealing with the same woman or the same man for so long, they could be good. They could be top notch in that area. But you don't get the same thrill because you used to it. You see what I'm saying? And that dopamine is that desire, that lust demon to experience something new. And if sex is your idol, you crave sex that bad, that's exactly what you're going to do. That's exactly what you're going to do. It happened to King David. All right? So pull up that article real quick. Let's get into sex addiction. This is when sex become an idol. All right? Read that.
Understanding sex addiction symptoms and knowing when to get help.
Pretty much.
It's updated on August 28, 2020. Pretty much everyone loves sex, and it's normal to want to seek out sex because it makes you feel good. However, there are millions of people who struggle with sex addiction, and they seek out sex in unhealthy ways.
All right, and just so y'all know, y'all should know by the title, this is going to be an adult show.
Right.
All right, so hide the kids, all right? For real, this is going to be about sex. So
Yes,
just be mindful.
sex.
All right, go ahead.
Sex addiction is something that can ruin lives if people don't get help. There are various sex addiction symptoms that you should look out for if you're worried that you or someone that you care about might have a problem.
Come on.
Understanding sex addiction symptoms and knowing when to get help could help you to keep your mental health from getting too bad.
From getting too bad. Now, it say the first symptom of sexual addiction or when sex become your idol is extreme sexual cravings. All right, scroll down. Read that real quick.
One of the most common symptoms of sex addiction is having extreme sexual cravings. Someone suffering from sexual addiction might desire sex a lot more than normal. They could think about sex all the time instead of just having a normal sex drive. And this shows that you're having a mental health issue. Right. This could lead them to seek out sexual encounters more often. And they might even make unsafe choices just to satiate their cravings.
It say they might even make unsafe choices to satiate their craving. Watch this. It's 2 Samuel 13. So this brother right here in the scriptures had an extreme sexual craving.
Right.
And it was strange too because he was related to this woman.
Right.
2 Samuel 13 and 1.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister.
Had a what?
A fair sister.
A fair sister. The word fair in the Bible means fine. That's how we
Fine.
use it today. All right, so Absalom's sister was fine. Read.
Whose name was Tamar.
Come on.
And Amnon, the son of David, loved her.
Right, and Amnon, which was her half-brother, they had the same daddy, which was David, he loved her. She was so fine, he loved her, even though they was blood. All right, read.
And Amnon was so vexed.
He was what?
He was so vexed.
He was so vexed. Read.
That he fell sick for his sister Tamar.
He did what?
He fell sick for his sister
He
Tamar.
had an extreme sexual craving for this sister.
He got sick.
He fell sick.
He had bubble guts and all types of
That's
stuff.
how you know it's a sickness. It's a sickness. Come on.
For she was a virgin.
Uh-huh.
And Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her.
Right. So he knew it was going to be hard to fulfill that craving. So it led him to make an unsafe choice.
Right.
Jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12.
Come on.
And she answered him.
Start at 11.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And when she had brought unto him to eat.
So basically, to summarize the story, his friend gave him a plot and a scheme to be able to fulfill his lust. Hey, act sick, let her play nurse with you or whatever. She gonna be your nurse. You know what I'm saying? Because, that's his sister. Your sister gonna take care of her brother if he's sick.
Right.
Right? So once you get at her store bringing you the food and stuff, just lay hold on her. Just lay hold on her. So watch what he did, Reed.
He took hold of her.
He did what?
He took hold of her.
He grabbed her. She thinking she's serving him, finna turn around. He, get over here. Read on.
And said unto her, come lie with me, my sister.
Come lie with me, my sister. Let's get it in. Come on.
And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me.
Do not what?
Do not force me.
Do not force me. You know what forcing is in the Bible?
Rape.
Rape. I don't think we can say that word.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know. But that's what it is. Y'all heard it. All right? That's an unsafe choice right there.
Right.
When you got extreme sexual cravings, you'll do anything. I was thinking about the other night. I think I was leaving the gym or something like that. And I seen, it was dark. It wasn't nobody out. It's dark outside. Somebody was just walking down the boulevard or whatever. I was thinking in my head like, damn, that's not safe. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people out here, like, they got this sickness, and if they want it that bad and they got guns, they could just, be on a prowl, put a gun in your head, hey, get in the car. Give it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not safe to be out here just at night by yourself.
Right.
It ain't safe because people out here sick like that.
It be the men too. Like, they don't really need guns. You just need a little knife.
Exactly.
You're already a man.
Yeah, how they do in New York?
Yeah, that's all you need. You don't need no gun in these last days, man.
Man, read on.
For no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not doubt this folly.
Right, so the Lord made us a holy people. He made us to where we shouldn't be doing stuff like that. We shouldn't have to force a woman to lay down with us. All right, we the kings of the earth.
Right.
But this man was so vexed. He was so sick. He craved it so bad. He taking it.
Hey, you got to think about that spirit. That spirit today, man. Like, what happened to that spirit to make it get like that? Something had to happen. Like, they could have been. Okay.
Hey, you know what it was? You know who this is? Regenerated today. Webby. Yeah, give me that. He said, some, I might have to strong on him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, he knows. Look at
And then he said in another song, don't give it to me, I take it.
Damn.
He did that. Webby is Amnon, man. For real. But you got to think, we kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but just growing up listening to that stuff was hard when we were kids. Mm-hmm. Like, we bumping the girl, give me that. You know what I'm saying? But not knowing, like, there's folly.
Right.
That ain't to be done. We ain't supposed to think like that as the Israelites. Right. But it became normal. And Satan be knowing what he be doing. He normalized a lot of stuff through music. Because once it become a tune in your head, it seep past your regular conscience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, subconsciously, you doing things that you wouldn't normally do.
Right.
For real, that stuff is deep, man. Satan know how he be working. That's why he be paying these ratchet, ignorant-ass Negroes millions of dollars to say what they say.
Right.
Because they know the damage that they able to do to our community through that.
And Webby was what, like 17, 18
Yeah,
making the song.
he was underage. He was underage. All right, keep reading.
Verse 13. And whither shall I cause my shame to go? And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel.
Come on.
Now therefore I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he would not withhold me from thee.
Right, man. See if David, you know what I'm saying? See if Daddy will permit this. You know, he ain't gonna withhold nothing from you.
Cap.
So she trying to get at that jail.
Trying to get that. She trying to talk to him to get, trying to talk some sense into him. So hey, let's Daddy. I can just picture right now. Let Daddy. Let us talk to Daddy. And she back in the back like this.
No, it's Daddy.
And he be like that. Nah, bring your ass back here. Come here.
Girl, give me that. Keep reading.
Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her and lay with her.
He got it in. Then what? Read.
Then Amnon hated her exceedingly.
So after he fulfilled his sexual craving, he had no more affection for the sister at all. This is a pattern that we see in the black community.
That's right.
That's why I'm telling you, sex is a demon.
Right.
Because once you having sex with a person, right? The earth is all about, life is all about relationships with people. So once the target is sex and you build a relationship with a person for sex and you fulfill the sex part, now it's no relationship. Now you damaged. You see what I'm saying? Now you using people and you feigning relationships. You know, you acting like you gonna be like some way with somebody or whatever just to get the sex.
Right.
And after that, it's over with.
That's how you tell it's a spirit, man.
Yeah, it's a demon.
It's a demon, and then he said he hated her exceedingly.
Soon as the demon came out when he came.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but that's a T-shirt.
That's what I feel say. Like me and know about that. You know what I'm saying? You might be hard, whatever you lusting, whatever you know what I'm saying, get it in, then as soon as you drop that, hey, it's just gone.
Yeah.
The whole desire, the whole like, what the hell I just did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But then you know what? After that, you gonna want it from another. I didn't
Right.
like her off. You see them because that's how the cycle start. In school, you it's always that fine girl. It's really be like 2 or 3 young, but you know what I'm saying? Them 2 or 3 girls in the school, everybody want in like in middle school or whatever. And the dude who get her, like they go with each other first or whatever, like, dang, dude, then got her. And then as soon as he smash her, it's like, it's over with. That dude that smashed the finest girl in middle school, he going to be the biggest whoremonger in high school. I didn't hit the, you know what I'm saying? I'm on to the next. I got to get everything now. That's how the cycle start. So after he smashed this girl that he was sick about, and afterwards he hate her, guess what? He gonna go and get another one. The cycle ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, all that. Also, you got to go back a little farther with all this mentality started from Esau, right? Like because look in they movies. I remember when I was little, I used to watch little Esau movies. They used to be middle school, and the Esau man and Esau woman, they'll have their first kiss.
Right.
And they'll go home and tell their mama, like, oh, who? I'm talking about, this like normal, though.
Yeah.
Like, they kissing in middle school and early middle school. Now, that started then. They put that stuff in movies. And our kids be watching that stuff and think that stuff normal. It started then. It started young as far as like a little thing as kissing.
Message.
Yeah, it's a sensation.
I forgot. I was talking to somebody on the phone when I was on the road the other day. It might have been Brother Eliakim. But he was talking, it might not have been him. But we was talking about, he was like, yeah, you know your parents used to have them VHR, what's them? The VHS, the little tapes, the little porno tapes and stuff like that. Yeah, like parents used to have it. And we was talking about how it started then.
Nah, that's what jacked me up. It was really like a double whammy. Cause, all right, mama, forgive me, I love you. But
parents.
Basically, the first time what scarred me was a tape got left in a VCR. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to, I
always
was 3.
get left in there though.
Huh?
You always get left in
It
there.
always get left in there. But I was 3. We got our own little tapes we put in. We watch whatever when we little. But I just press play assuming, my tape was in the joint. I look on the screen, I see double D's. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting there like this. My mama come out of nowhere with a broomstick whooping my ass. I'm like,
it's your fault. You put it in there.
Come on, and then after that, you know what I'm saying? Basically, a door got left open, and that's how it was just
that's how it be.
All this happened when I was 3. 3
Man,
years
you remember
old.
that thing all the way back then.
Yeah, that's how it be.
I wasn't 3 years old though, but
I
got left over my uncle house when all that happened. He a
Bro,
porno
my
king.
cousin, I had
Was.
bunk beds when I was little, and I had a grown cousin, and they broke my damn bunk bed. Little boy.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? They
on
broke
now,
my
dog.
damn bunk bed getting it in, bro. Like, early I knew what the hell was going on.
Right.
And I was damaged.
But see,
Go
that's
ahead.
the
All
thing.
praise
Like
for
people,
repentance.
people don't be like parents don't be understanding how much you really show your kids. Like they might not understand everything right then, but when they grow older, they start like, damn, I remember hearing them noises. Damn, I'm watching the TV. You know what I'm saying? That's correlating with the noise. You see what's going on TV. You're like, damn, that's what I used to hear in a room. You know what I'm saying? They cooking those stuff in the kitchen. Like on the movie, you seeing like, damn, that's what my uncle
Bro,
was
you
doing
know,
right there.
actually, when I was a little boy, I saw, before Baby Boy came out, like, I saw that in the kitchen. Like,
What the in there cooking breakfast?
Yeah, it was my
Damn.
daddy, though, but you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like,
Come
what
on
the
now,
hell?
dog. Yeah, man.
But nah, it bring me to mind of Leviticus 18 when it say you ain't supposed to uncover the nakedness of your father. and mother.
Right.
That stuff put spirits on kids, man. But I ain't finished that script real quick.
Verse 15. Then Amnon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her.
Damn. Read.
And Amnon said unto her, arise, be gone.
Kicked her right out of the spine. Now these is rap lyrics
Red.
that we spoke today.
I called it an Uber.
In the Bible. I kicked her right out of the spot. For real. Hey, I'm telling you, that's a real
got
deal
the yams
thing.
and called her an Uber.
It started with an
Hey.
extreme sexual craving.
How Jake do it today though? When he done smash, he'll let her stay over till in the morning. Then he'll make up a lie. Hey, I gotta go to mama house. So.
Nah, that's where he stayed there for the night.
Oh yeah. I gotta go. I gotta go to work. No damn way you gotta go to work.
Listen,
you ain't got no job, man.
Jake ruthless today, man. Hey, this girl I used to know in high school, you know what I'm saying? Basically, she was one of them ones, one of the fine girls in school everybody wanted. You know what I'm saying? We had got real cool or whatever, but, something happened. And basically, in life, whatever. So basically, she got grown. And when I say grown, I mean graduated high school. We started living life. And she ended up in a hotel room with a rapper. A rapper that came to Little Rock performing or something like that. And, they did what they did, and he kicked out the hotel room.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So
Come
you gotta
on now,
imagine
dog.
what they did. All her little high school life, like dudes worked hard for her. You know what I'm saying? Like she thought she was a prized possession. And all it took was a Negro. You gotta think what that dude. You know what I'm saying? Break her whole self-esteem. He knock you off and kick you out. Like you can't stay here.
Come
You gotta
on,
go.
man.
Hey.
She thought that was her way out.
Nope, wasn't
out
good
the
enough.
hotel.
Wasn't good enough. All right, go back to the article. Go back to the article. All right, scroll down.
I got you. It says.
No, we gonna go to the next one. Scroll down. It say, read that, engaging
in unsafe sex practices.
Engaging in unsafe practices. All right, keep
Many
going.
people with sex addiction wind up engaging in unsafe sex practices too. They desire sex and want it so bad that they don't take the time to think about their actions. Instead of seeking out safe and meaningful sexual encounters with others, they will turn to have sex with strangers.
Have sex with what?
With strangers. And putting themselves in danger.
And putting themselves in danger. Let's get that in Proverbs 5 real quick. Proverbs 5. All this in the Bible. All this in the
They
Bible.
say the Bible is a fairy tale.
For real, it say unsafe safe practice. Having sex with strangers and ending up in danger. Danger. All right, Proverbs 5 and 3.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Come on.
For the lips of a strange woman.
A what?
Of a strange woman.
A hoe you don't really know. Read.
Drop as a honeycomb.
Drop as a what?
As a honeycomb.
Right. You looking at her, she got the look, she got the accent, she got the tone of voice. She all seductive. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And her mouth is smoother than oil.
And her mouth smoother than oil. You imagining what that mouth do.
Damn.
Go ahead.
But her end is.
But her what?
But her end is bitter as a wormwood.
Her end is bitter as wormwood. It's twofold.
Right.
Because she might end up being a baby mama from hell.
Right.
She might end up being you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever, but
garbage.
It's also going into her literal end, her backside.
Right.
It could be bitter as wormwood. Meaning what?
Right.
You wake up in the morning, you pissing razor blades.
Come on, man.
You leaking red. You leaking blood.
All right, bro.
You know, hey, you on fire.
Man.
Fire in the hole. You got fire in the hole. For real. Go ahead.
You gonna need a hose every time you go to the bathroom.
Need a water hose every time you use the bathroom. Come on.
Sharp as a two-edged
Better bring a
sword.
pitcher of water to the bathroom every time. You gotta flush that out before you flush it.
He don't even want to drink fluid throughout the day because he don't want to use.
You know he gotta use the bathroom.
He fast.
He fasting every day, huh? He fast a whole month.
Sharp as a two-edged sword.
Come on.
Her feet go down to death.
Damn.
Her steps take hold on hell.
It's dangerous. And you know what else is dangerous? Especially in 2021. That strange woman can end up not being a damn woman. Just imagine, bro. You got to think. Because you know, hey, for men in general, well, I guess I got to speak for myself, but I don't know. I would think in general, the first thing that we do sometime before the clothes come off is get the what?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Nah, she looked up for you to have some drinks, drugs in your system, whatever. So she looked, that person looks the part. You know what I'm saying? And they go for it, and you ain't gonna resist it. And you done already, you know what I'm saying? You done got that. Then the clothes come off, and you see.
What the hell
Hey,
is that?
no, hey, that's heavy. That's heavy in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Wait a minute.
in Atlanta, in the I'll say on the east side.
Damn. East Atlanta.
On the east side, they open bodied. On the north side, where Rich Jake at, they disguise a real. You'll be looking at a man, but it actually is a woman because they
Hold on.
that was
You
a
said
rich
that.
the Rich Jake stay.
Wait a minute.
That's when you get your manhood flapped over and turned to a vagina up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get that happen up there,
Come on now, dawg.
and all this paid for. That's gay to you.
And that's what we play not yesterday, last Sunday. The old girl, the radio person or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people ain't know that was a damn man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would call her
forgot her
she
name.
like a man.
Yeah, all through the
Oh,
she-
God.
she- God
He
damn.
sound like
Oh,
a
God.
woman though. I mean, he sound like a woman.
Come
Yeah.
on,
When
man.
he talked, you heard it. What'd he say? I
You
forgot
know,
what
in
he
them
said.
articles, they be calling them she.
She's,
She,
right,
her,
right.
and this.
Yeah, 'cause they'll
they
get
know
their-
damn well it's a man. Though.
They'll get sued.
Yeah.
That's the time we living in.
Yep. Go back to the article. All right. Scroll down a little bit. Pull it back on the screen. All right. Read that one. Missing work.
Missing work or other important events to have sex.
So, hey, that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta be somewhere at a certain time, and all it take is that text. All it take is she walking past with something on or nothing on, and you say, "To hell with your plans." Go ahead,
bro. We looking at that. Like I used to work for Amazon, and they give us breaks. And brother came back late to Amazon and got fired. But first he came back sweating like hell.
Dang.
They were like, why the hell you still got all these packages? This is before he told me he was like, hey bro, I met up with my old girl because she stayed where I delivering at, and you know had got it in. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so that's why your ass late, huh? He was like, yeah. Then boss man came like, hey man, why you late? He had to make up some lie. Then they said, hey man, you basically they fired him for coming back to work late.
Stupid. Get out of here.
No, hey, I used to work at this warehouse or whatever. I was lumping, and we had a supervisor, right? He was married, but his wife was older than him. You know what I'm saying? He was a real deal adulterer. You know what I'm saying? For real. And you know it's masculine job, it's mostly men. It's rare women be in there. But it was this one woman, she was Benji. And her face was, but she, you know what I'm saying? Like Serena Williams.
Right.
Like she had it.
Come on now, dog.
And every time she walked through, he get the, like just being extra about it. But anyway, that brother, he used to leave us at work, you know, having to do the trucks and that, all that by himself, like 3-4 hours at a time. And to come back just strolling in with a little smile, like, yeah, I think
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? For real. He used to be MIA, and we already knew what he had going.
And so she worked at the warehouse with y'all.
Yeah.
So she had that bitter end for real.
No, I don't know if he. I don't know if he knocked her off. I'm saying like,
okay,
that was like he used to demonstrate his lust demon whenever she used to. Yeah.
Right.
But he had it bad. He used to dip out. All right. Go back to the article. Scroll down. Read that.
Which one?
Escalating. Yeah.
Escalating sexual behaviors. Another symptom to look out for is the need to escalate your sexual behaviors. Sex addiction is just like other forms of addiction in many ways. It causes those who are addicted to sex to want and to seek out more sex. And sometimes they want to escalate those behaviors. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. And sometimes they want to escalate those behaviors to get more enjoyment.
In other words, you trying all type of stuff. All right? You using toys. You know what I'm saying? You doing all type of weird positions. You know what I'm saying? Even inflicting pain on yourself or your partner.
Come on now, dog.
Just to get more of a rush. You know what I'm saying? More of a satisfaction out of it. Go ahead.
Someone might start getting interested in kinkier sex acts than usual due to having sexual addiction issues.
So now, real quick, get Ecclesiastes 7. Ecclesiastes 7:29. So the article saying when your mind gets to a certain point, you're gonna try to seek out different ways to achieve that sensation.
Right.
The spirit get on you so strong to where what satisfies you in the beginning no longer satisfies you.
Message.
You know what I'm saying? Read what you got.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that God had made man upright.
Right. God made us normal. All right. We was normal people with morals and etc. But this what happened.
That's right. But they have sought out many inventions.
Well, we sought out many inventions. You know what I'm saying? And in dealing with this realm, we had the dildo got invented. the damn head in a can got invented.
The head in a can.
Hey,
Damn.
that's a real thing. Head in a can. Sex dolls got invented. For real. Strap-ons got invented. For real. All of this, hey, it's Cupids. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
wait. Go ahead.
Give me wisdom of Solomon about that invention. 14 and 26.
Gotcha.
Even though officer naming a couple of them, yeah. Read that real quick.
The Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 26. Disquieting of good men.
Read.
Forgetfulness of good turns. Defiling of souls.
How you defile your soul? Read.
Changing of kind.
So these sexual behaviors, it could lead to changing of kind because the right kind is man and woman. Now you got man and man, woman and woman.
Right.
Man and
kids.
Come on
kids.
now, dog.
Man and dog.
Wait a minute.
Read on.
Disorder in marriages.
Now you got that Adam and Eve marriage now.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? With the disordered marriage, where now you got the man in the background.
Right.
She got both his.
So in other words, you'll get to the point where you let your wife put the strap on.
Oh man, yeah.
And
Wait a minute.
That's that kick. That's that
Wait
kick
a
of your sex
minute.
right
role
there.
play. Y'all done took role play to new heights.
That's that wedge.
She blowing your back down.
Wait, ain't nothing wrong with that? Got to be past kinky.
Look,
though, right?
that ain't no underfoul bed. Hey,
Right.
that ain't nah. That bed is the foul. You take anything up your damn butt, and you a man.
Because that penis is made from another man's penis.
Exactly.
They formed that from somebody.
Come on now, dog.
Go ahead.
Adultery.
Uh-huh.
And shameless uncleanness.
See that shameless uncleanness, man. You doing stuff that you don't. That is strange to mankind.
Right.
It's very strange to put a strap on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go back to the article.
Oh yeah.
Scroll down.
Constant cheating. Damn. It shouldn't come as a surprise to find out that one of the most common symptoms of sex addiction is constant cheating.
Come on.
You might have someone in your life that you love very much. Despite this, you could be so compelled to seek out sex that you will constantly cheat on your spouse or partner.
Right, this is very, very common in the black community. You hear about it in all the damn songs on the radio. Right. You know what I'm saying? For real. Listen to a Trey Songz album. You gonna talk about it. For real. Listen to Playboy. All right, get Ciroc 2317, man. Ciroc 2317.
All praise for repentance.
For real.
For real.
That's right.
That's the moral of the whole story. Like, the only way to conquer this demon is God's laws, the Holy Spirit of discipline. That's it. Because once you win that and you getting it like that or whatever, hey, I'm telling you, hey, that's a strong demon, bro. Strong. Watch what God say.
The book of Sirach or Ecclesiastes,
Started 16, my bad.
chapter 23 and verse 16.
Watch this.
Two sorts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath.
Watch this.
A hot mind is as a burning fire. It will never be quenched till it be consumed.
So what? You got to think about having a hot mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the scriptures say we got to be fervent in spirit for the Lord?
Right.
Like, you can't wait till class come on. You can't wait to get your studying in. You can't wait to hit the streets, go to camp, right?
Right.
When somebody hot in mind for sex, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't wait for the parties. They can't wait to go here and there. You know what I'm saying? They can't wait for the opportunity to get new flesh. For real. And they not going to stop. They not going to stop their pursuit. Say if it's a COVID lockdown, they slide in all type of DMs. They buying Tinder app. You see what I'm saying? They going in, they driving bread. Because it's not going to be quenched until they fulfill that lust.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something to look out for with them brothers, though. If you got a brother that going to the club regular in a two-door car, stay the hell away from him.
Right.
Why? Cause that's all he only wants you to get on that. He don't want to have no kids to put in the two-door car. Ain't got it ain't thick back there. So he ain't trying to have no babies by you.
You know that wasn't all the song. Like I pull up to the club in a coupe.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, that's heavy right there.
All them Camaros and what the other two go back? Corvettes and Challengers. Hey man, that brother getting them cars they covet over Punani, man.
Yeah.
They get them cars just for that.
Exactly. That's why, keep reading though.
A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he hath kindled a fire.
A fornicator in the body of his flesh would never cease till he kindled a fire, till somebody ready to up that iron on him for smashing a damn girl. You gotta think that's the only thing that could stop a real deal fornicator. Somebody gotta put that iron on them. Or they gonna slay whatever come their way. Or whatever cross their path. For real. They not gonna stop. Keep reading.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
All bread. Meaning what? That constant cheating? Yeah, he might be married to you. You chocolate. But I like vanilla. I like strawberry. I like cookies and cream. I like what's oatmeal? Yeah, I like it. All bread. All bread. For real. Pound cake. You know what I'm saying? All of the keto bread.
Lemon pie.
Yeah, gluten-free.
Damn.
Hey, all bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
He will not leave off till he
He's
die.
not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop. He's addicted. That's what God is saying. Whoremongering is an addiction. All right, go back to the article. Scroll down a little bit to the next one. Read that. Now read the heading of it.
Developing depression and other problems.
So you know you addicted to sex when you depressed about it. Now we already read about that with Amnon. It said he felt sick. That means he was depressed. He was driving himself insane behind the coochie. All right, scroll down. Scroll down. We ain't gotta read that. Why should you get professional help? Yeah, read that real quick.
When should you get professional help? Knowing when to get professional help is important when you suspect that you have a sexual addiction. If your mental health is suffering due to your sex addiction, then it's probably best to look into treatment options now. As a general rule, you should consider mental health treatment your sex addiction. You should consider mental health treatment when your sex addiction starts to negatively impact your life. If your performance at work is slipping, or if your relationships are suffering due to your sex addiction, then you should see a mental health specialist.
Right. Let's go back to Proverbs 5. So before we get there, get Sirach 47. Sirach 47 and 13. So we're going to read about a king, the wisest, richest king that ever walked the earth, a black man, an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
What?
King Solomon. Now, notice it say when your addiction start to affect your mental health. Like I said, this was a wise man. You know what I'm saying? You read Proverbs, the knowledge he dropping, the jewels he dropping, you like, damn. Then you get the Ecclesiastes, you be like, damn. Someone jacked him up. For real. Read what you got.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 47 and verse 13. Solomon reigned in a peaceable time and was honored, for God made all quiet round about him, that he might build an house in his name and prepare his sanctuary forever.
Watch this.
How wise was thou in thy youth?
How wise was you in your youth? You was a wise man. Your mind was sharp. Go ahead.
And as a flood filled with understanding.
As a flood filled with understanding. Well, verse 19.
Verse 19. Thou didst bow thy loins unto women.
But what was his downfall? Bowing his loins unto women. He couldn't control that rod.
That rod was going left.
That rod was swinging everywhere. All nations. For real. For real, his rod was like America, a melting pot.
Hey, what Pop say? Said, ball going away. What's game?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And by the body that was brought into subjection.
By his body, he was brought into subjection to Satan, to idolatry. So that's what's heavy about this. Get 1 Kings 11. We got to get it. The thing what King Solomon showed us is that any sin, when you indulge in it, it's going to literally link to actual idolatry. Because it's an idol in itself. And then you're going to eventually just go astray from God completely. For real, it's going to lead to real deal idolatry. 1 Kings 11:1.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1.
Come on.
But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
So notice the first verse in chapter 11, it start with but. Because 1 Kings 3-10, you read like, damn, Solomon had it going on.
Right.
He was reigning, he built the temple, had all this gold, had all this wisdom. The Queen of Sheba was in chapter 10, like, oh my gosh, the way you walk and your service. Damn, you she fell out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you get to chapter 11,
He
it's
got
like,
that big
but.
ass then he was like, yeah, I'm that need.
Yeah. He got to chapter 11, like, but. He what?
But King Solomon loved many strange women.
But his downfall was women. Go ahead.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians.
Damn, he even fell to Becky.
Man.
He said he had to get that. But where apply say I need it, I want it. Where did I go? yeah. I hope y'all don't know. I hope they don't. All right, go ahead.
Sidonians
Come on.
and Hittites of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come in unto you.
Read.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
What they gonna do?
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
They will lead you to real idolatry. Read on.
Solomon clave unto these in love.
Damn, read.
And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines.
1,000. Go ahead.
And his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart from other gods.
Read.
And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God.
Read.
As was the heart of David his father.
Come on.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, and the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom the abomination.
So he literally started worshiping other gods. That the coochie drove him crazy.
And it took time though.
Yeah.
Like but it was going into it. You dibbling dabbling in it. Then they think you know, Satan like
Cause it's like you said, it started to affect his mental health.
Yeah.
Get Proverbs chapter 5. So he got to the point where he should have got some help. What Michael Jordan say? Stop it. Get some help. But this is what happened. Proverbs 5 and started 9. Started 8.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 5 and verse 8.
Come on.
Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house.
Read.
Lest thou give thy honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel.
Read.
Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger.
Read.
And thou mourn at the last, when the flesh of thy body are consumed. And say, how have I hated instruction?
So if you don't take heed and this is him himself saying this.
Right.
If I don't take heed to this, then I'm going to end up, my wealth, my glory, all that is going to be given to strangers, another nation. You see what I'm saying? So you going to get to that point where you like, damn, how have I hated instruction?
Right.
I should have listened to my counselors. I should have got counsel.
Right.
But I hated it. I love the coochie. For real. Y'all know what Tupac said. You know, Negroes think Tupac is Jesus. He said, revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting. So that, in other words, the sweetest joy is getting. For real. That's the sweetest joy. And guess what? If that is your sweetest joy, you in the midst of idolatry.
Right.
Keep reading.
And my heart despised reproof. And have not obeyed the voice of thy teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me.
I didn't get help, and it ended up in me destroying myself and destroying my legacy. So that, hey, when you get to that point, man, you gotta get some damn help. You got to. That's the only way you gonna get out of that trap of being a fornicator. Because in Sirach, it said they ain't gonna never cease till they die.
Right.
Better get some help before you get over that edge. All right. So now let's get the first video real quick. Like I said, this is an agenda. It starts with the youth. All right. Because when your mind, you are already thinking about it, dreaming about it, or whatever. When you 4, 5 years old, 6, 7 years old.
Right.
By the time you 16, 17, you full-fledged. You know, you Michael Phelps out here.
Right.
You swimming. All right? Watch this. Play that.
We're going to give you a correct because that would be the equitable thing to do. And this infuriates me for a lot of reasons. It infuriates me because we are just seeing so much perversion inside of classrooms. So much perversion in general when it comes to children, especially in the education system. You might remember a few weeks ago, we talked about a woman named Justine Ang Fonte. She is a health and wellness educator. And here's what the health and wellness educator did. She led a class on masturbation for first graders at a Manhattan school. She showed the young students a video about children touching themselves. The film featured children cartoon characters having frank discussions about sexual activities and bodily functions, including, ready, erections and touching oneself for pleasure. Of course, the parents of this school were particularly outraged. Somebody leaked it to the press. People were upset. I'm sure they called the administration and said, this is not okay. But this isn't the first time she's done this, by the way.
These $60 Japanese smart patches are taking the world by storm.
In Manhattan, she also taught a health and sexuality workshop to juniors at Columbia Grammar Preparatory School, in which they all learned about different genres of porn, which included gangbang, anal, and even stepmother porn, incestuous type porn. That is what happened to 16-year-olds when they went to school. Here's a workshop. Actually, we're going to talk to you about pornography. And again, the parents were outraged, so outraged it got leaked to the press and it caused a firestorm online. And you would think this woman would be fired, but no, they said that she's stepping down, but they're proud of the work that Justine has done. The school has spoken out on behalf of her. The parents were not even given a heads up regarding these lessons. They drop off their children, and this is what's happening. And the school apologized for not giving them a heads up. Does that seem okay to you? Doesn't seem okay to me. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far.
So now get to Rock 1716 real quick. So basically, she's speaking out on the agenda being pushed in the schools dealing with our kids, in which, in school we had a little sex ed. I think it was 5th grade. We had it. And I don't even remember it. It wasn't all that graphic or nothing like that. But now, it's getting to the point where these perverted ass people then crept up so high in society that they didn't tapped into the damn educational system, and they didn't been able to implement in the curriculum to teach genres of porn.
Come on,
incestuous porn, gangbang.
You know what's crazy though? I don't know, when you brought that up, like being in the education system, like I just thought about the LGBT, and then all of a sudden they put the P on the end, right? For the pedophilia, ain't that how you say it? So they about to. So if they teaching that in the schools, like how in depth or like the detail they gotta be, the teachers gotta be to teach the students.
Right. Yep.
Come on now,
y'all.
y'all.
Right, 1716.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 17 and verse 16. Every man from his youth.
From his what?
From his youth.
Is what?
Is given to evil.
Is given to evil. As soon as you send your damn child off to school, it's a wrap. I had a whole class on it, bro, for the body. Like, young kids, we could teach them the commandments, all that. They come here, shalom, they learn all that. But when you send them off to school, these little kids is ruthless, bruh. Like, this was years ago. My little sister, she in college now. She was in elementary school. We taking her to elementary school. These little kids had to be like 2nd, 3rd grade. And I'm overhearing that conversation. They talking about how, oh, yeah, man, I took her little virginity. She wasn't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Little ass kids, bruh.
Come on,
For real. I had my first girlfriend when I was 5.
Yeah.
In school. For real. Every man from his youth is given the evil. In schools, not only, you know, the kids or whatever they doing, what they see their parents do or whatever, it's going to be kissing. Oh, I like you. Right, you know, all that. Now, the teachers is teaching your kids how to play with themselves.
Freely.
For real, they giving the evil. Get that in 1 Corinthians.
Stepmama porn too.
Stepmama. So now they going home lusting after their damn parents.
Come on now, dog.
For real, mama bending down in the refrigerator. You,
mama.
Hey, read what you got. Oh, this sound, you know, if you a certain age, this sound like hell not. Surely.
Come on now,
ain't no
dog.
kid lusting after their damn parents.
Cap.
All right, read what you got.
What you want? 1 King?
15:33. 1 Corinthians 15:33.
1 Corinthians.
Yeah. My bad. What'd I say?
1 King. I
My
don't
bad.
know. I might have been true.
1 Corinthians 15:33.
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 33.
Come on.
Be not deceived. Evil communications.
Like I said, every man from his youth is given to evil, right? And what do this evil do? Read.
Evil communications corrupt good manners.
So a little normal kid, you know what I'm saying, as far as what you perceive as a normal kid, when they give into these evil communications, it turned them into MILF desirers. You know what I'm saying? They want to do it with animals now.
They grandmama.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait
the
a
boys
minute.
probably putting the fingers in their damn butt. All of this.
Come on now,
Because
dog.
they going to school, they exposed to it at a young age. So just imagine if it start young. You know what I'm saying? Because for a lot of us, like I said, the older people, right? Like I say 25 and up. It started when we was like, it started getting bad like in middle school. By the time we got to high school, we was catching bodies. You know what I'm saying? I remember, it was one dude in my school. He went, I went to school with Archie Goodwin. He went to the NBA. But it was a dude in school that was getting in more than him. He literally was in the triple digits just at the school. He knocked off that many girls from the school. Triple digits, bruh. Over 100 at the school in high school. In high school. So if they start earlier than that with the knowledge and the desires, they going to be 9, 10.
They going to be on that triple digits.
For real. I'm on FaceTime with my friend. Showing them, I'm trying to rap. All right, welcome to Let's Talk Truth. Carla, what's your name? Where you from?
Shalom Leadership, this is Sis Pura from the House of Soldier David. I just wanted to comment on what you guys were talking about, like what they got going on in the school system. I just thought it was crazy because when I was in elementary, like my young ages, they would be teaching us about STDs and why not to have sex. So it's just really crazy to me how they just going in there and they starting to teach our children, like you can touch yourself, you can watch porn, it's okay. I remember like after those classes, like those little sessions we would have, especially the little girls, we would be scared. They were showing us crabs, everything. It's crazy how they just are promoting it now. I just wanted to comment on that.
Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Basically, it done got reversed.
Right.
We ain't trying to scare y'all out of it no more. We trying to make y'all be comfortable with it. Like, no, it's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna have sex. So just prepare yourself.
That's crazy.
Come on
The
now,
reason
dog.
why diseases happen is because they're not preparing themselves. We're not showing them in school what to do, how to bend over. You know what I'm saying? How to take it, how to get. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm telling you, it's out of damn devil.
Hey, you trying to teach your kids one thing, they going to school and learning how to have sex.
Leadership, it's really because, like, after elementary, like in the 2000s, I never had another class on that again because of how they switching the agenda up. So it's like I had maybe one class, and they used to have groups where women, like little girls, could go to these sessions. You know, like there were just little girl groups. And there would be older women coming in and teaching us why it's not okay to have unprotected sex and sex before marriage. So it's like astonishing that they're like reversing everything. And that was only one class though. Once I got to middle school, high school, they never did nothing because that was, you know, I'm a 2000 baby. So it's like, it was crazy how they did it back then. But it's just so reversed, and it's honestly ridiculous.
Yeah, all praise to the Most High. Appreciate it, sis. Hey, real quick, get Isaiah 5:20. Appreciate you calling. Y'all have safe travels back home. All right? Get Isaiah 5:20. This is what Esau done mastered. But God said destruction going to come to them for this. All right?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good.
Right. Woe unto them that call evil good. Sex before marriage is evil. Sex, like it said in Sirach 41, be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother.
Right.
That's right.
Sex while you a damn child.
Right.
Right? Excuse me. God said you should be ashamed of that. In school, they're like, no, it's okay. Here, let us show you how to do it when you do it. They call it evil good.
Little Johnny, this how you put the rubber on it.
Right. You just, you know, you spread it out, and then you
roll it.
All right. Keep reading.
Come on now,
And
dog.
good evil.
Come on.
They put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Right. God said destruction unto them that do that. All right. Now watch this. Now look. Hey. I never downloaded this app. All praise to the Most High God. But I have heard nothing but bad things about it since it's been in existence.
Man.
For real.
You gotta have a
And
strong...
all the little kids got it. Some of y'all kids in the truth got this damn app. And this what the hell they doing on this app, man. What you finna say?
I say, yeah, you gotta have a strong... I know Bishop, that's Bishop though. He be taking funny stuff out that TikTok stuff, man. But kids, they
that's why the scriptures say all things ain't profitable to all men. And you got to know what's evil for you. Some spirits, they can maneuver on that stuff, but some spirits, they going to get on there, they going to indulge.
Right. You scrolling, all of a sudden you see,
Right.
It's how to turn it.
Writing's not that easy.
Try to delete that shit. But yeah, play that real quick. Watch this.
What's going to be the straw that breaks?
Yeah, you lost the timestamp.
Yeah, I got to see it through.
See it through, my boy.
These underage girls that are gaining a following by doing sexual dances. How can anybody fuck with that? Like, somebody's got to call this out. It is so gross. I want to say the biggest reason why I don't like TikTok is because it's promoting a lot of these underage kids to do these sexy dances. When I'm swiping through TikTok, these things are on my explore page. It's almost like TikTok is encouraging it. And for me, I just feel so gross because I see this girl and I'm like, why is she wearing like almost nothing? Why is she showing her cleavage? And then she looks like she's 13 years old. What the fuck? I don't know, man. That was the biggest turnoff for me. And when I see that, it just makes me feel so gross. How is it going to affect them once they become adults and they realize that good looks are not really going to get you far? You know, if you're a woman, some guys might treat you well, but you're going to be attracting the wrong kind of people. So the biggest issue.
Damn. So basically, that's the beginning of falling into an abyss of being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? You start out showing your body on TikTok when you're 12, 13. Then you get to the point where, you know, that's advertisement. You advertising your body, your dance moves and all that. You showing what you capable of. So then by the time you're 17, 18, you didn't show people in person, in real life, outside of TikTok. By the time you're 27, 28, all your walls are broken down, non-existent. You might have some kids by now. But nobody wants to marry you.
Hell no.
So by the time you 37, 38, your ass looking like Jada Pinkett Smith.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? For real. An old adulteress. This stuff, hey, it's all an agenda. It's all an agenda, but this TikTok stuff, I'm telling you, is very, very toxic.
Message.
Right.
All right, let's look into some toxicity on that. Get that article. Sexualization of girls.
Sexualization of girls is linked to common mental health problems in girls and women, eating disorders, low self-esteem, and depression. An APA task force reports.
All right, scroll down. Scroll down go down to examples.
Examples of sexualization of girls in all forms of media, including visual media and other.
Thanks a lot.
Well, man, now I see it.
Okay.
No, I don't. Okay, examples of sexualization of girls in all forms of media, including visual media and other forms of media, such as music lyrics, abound. And according to the report,
we're gonna deal with that too.
Have likely increased in number as new media have been created and access to media has become omnipresent.
So an example of new media is TikTok. And you got, my son know how to download apps. He 3.
Dang.
He know how to download a damn app. For real. This stuff
They make it easier now.
Yeah. All it take is a
complicated.
button. Like a little ad on a YouTube video. You push the button.
It'll download by itself.
Yeah. It take you to the app store. You know what I'm saying? You press one more button, it's downloaded. Go ahead.
The influence and attitude of parents, siblings, and friends can also add to the pressures of sexualization.
Scroll down. Go to cognitive and emotional consequences.
Cognitive and emotional consequences. Sexualization and objectification undermine a person's confidence in and comfort with her own body, leading to emotional and self-image problems, such as shame and anxiety.
So basically, an example, all right, TikTok video, 13-year-old girl, go viral, right? She got a certain type of body, she moving a certain type of way or whatever. So now the 13-year-old late bloomer girl, or you know what I'm saying, the overweight girl, whatever, the girl, the uncoordinated girl, she can't do that stuff. But she's seeing all these dudes, all the boys that she like, they liking it, they come in, the hard eyes or whatever. She ain't getting that. That's why a lot of girls start going. Like in school, them ugly girls or whatever, they start doing whatever.
Right.
Because all the beautiful girls getting all the likes and attention on social media.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta get in where they fit in. For real,
As long as they get in.
Exactly. Let me just make
get in.
sure you get, you know what I'm saying, what squirrels like to get, you know, in order to fulfill, you know, what I'm lacking in my self-esteem.
And them likes on TikTok, man, that's idolatry. When they keep hitting up, they be like 100,000. I'm not 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So in the person, in the little 13-year-old whoremonger spirit, she was like, yeah, I'm this shit.
That's just what they like.
That's idolatry, man.
Yep. Facts. Keep reading. Mental and physical health.
Mentally and physical health. Research links sexualization with 3 of the most common mental health problems diagnosed in girls and women: eating disorder, low self-esteem, and depression or depressed mood.
Right. You doing all type of stuff to get your body a certain way, to meet the criteria of, you know what I'm saying, thousands of likes, thousands of friends, etc., etc. All right, scroll down. Matter of fact, real quick, get Colossians 3 and 5, because, you know, we hitting on it, but I got to go in and bring this out. Because this is what happened. You get overly consumed in being or trying to be what you see other people being.
Right.
Or what other people got. You know what I'm saying? And that's what leads you to depression. All right? Read that.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 5.
Come on.
Mortify therefore your members, which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Covetousness, which is idolatry. Now, when you look up the word covet, can y'all look that up real quick? The synonym for covet is a word we commonly use. And brothers, you know, that's the first thing they say they deal with. I deal with lust, right? But this is what you're really dealing with. Covet. Go ahead.
Covet, yearn to possess or have something. Synonyms, desire, crave.
Look up covetousness. And now they playing games. Covetousness. Right there, the second one. Covetousness definition.
And then come up.
They ain't got a Google definition? Scroll down a little bit. Hit that. Dictionary.com. Hit that. Scroll down. And ain't got no synonyms on there. Words related. Okay, maybe it's one of them things that's reversed. Look up the definition of lust. Alright, scroll down. This is sexual definition. Scroll down. Strong sexual desire. There you go. Read that. This is the definition of lust.
Having a very strong sexual desire for someone.
Read the synonyms.
Desire, crave, covet.
Desire, crave, covet. Now, you notice how they made us do the damn runaround. Look, if covet is a synonym for lust, lust is a synonym for covet. Yeah. But anyway, we just read that covetousness is what? Idolatry. Right. The scripture said covetousness is idolatry. Covetousness is lust. Lust is idolatry. Right. You see what I'm saying? So basically what it's saying is how it affect your mental health. That's all you think about. That's the first thing when you wake up. You seeking the likes first. You seeking the attention first. You seeking that first. God said you supposed to seek the kingdom first.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
They don't have anything else in their life, bro. It's
Exactly.
just like you get you 100 likes and you never had 100 likes before.
Mm-hmm.
That spirit gonna jump on you. Say gonna be like, yeah, nigga, they get 150 tomorrow. Let's get 200 the next day.
But
But we got 5,000.
Yeah. What it is, though, get Leviticus 19:29. What it is prostitution. You know what I'm saying? You showing your body for reward.
Right.
And what it turns into when you grow up, you basically, in order to engage with a man or to get his attention or get a relationship with a man, you give him sex. You see what I'm saying? Or you know, women like to say, like, I ain't going on a date with you unless you paying, right?
Right.
And the man, in his mind, or what he say is, okay, if I take you out on a date and I pay, you got to give me some. It's a deal. You see what I'm saying? So the woman is literally a prostitute.
Right.
He's buying the, you know what I'm saying?
To get in.
For real. That's what's going on.
They
Read
claim
what you
that
got.
ain't that, and when a woman would never admit to that.
Listen, I say it all the time. The women, they be saying exactly what they be doing. just in a way where they not saying exactly what they be doing.
It's always a run.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you a whore. I'm not a whore. Well, you kind of look like one. You dress like one.
Right. If I look up the definition, yeah, I do that. But don't call me a hoe.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? For
It's
real, like
always a runaround.
it's so many words you can say. I worship the devil without saying you work. You see what I'm saying? And the women are experts at that. They experts at that. Read what you got though.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
God said, don't prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a whore. When y'all, I'm telling y'all let y'all daughters get on these damn apps. And that's exactly what they doing. They prostituting themselves. And the whole land fall to wickedness. Get that in Sirach 26 and 10.
Hey, Oz, this a Instagram model / TikTok girl. Stalker came in, was in her house and killed her. I don't know if you seen that.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's that hot mind.
Come on, man. He was just chilling for days. She was gone.
Sick.
He was in there 2 days, couple of days waiting on her to get there. And as soon as she cut on the light, Nick gone. Cause she on that Instagram. The dude said he said that they found some little message like I guess in his phone he been wanting her so long. Yeah. He liked all her pictures, all her nude photos. Man, hey, that's idolatry, man. Them likes, you gonna get one crazy mother, they gonna come see you.
And these little girls don't be thinking like that. Like it's pedophiles out here. It's nasty, wicked Negroes out here. And Edomite, all nations.
And then the girl putting up like, yeah, I'm in Texas. I'm in so and so Texas.
Right, dropping your
man,
location.
come on, man.
Dropping your
Drop that thing. Come on, dog.
Come on,
man. Like, I'm talking about she all on there. She got where she from. You don't think no.
You just don't know. Uck thing in his room beating his meat. Looking at your TikTok and then turn around and go shoot up a Kroger. Them the type of men, you know what I'm saying? Looking at you. That's who you turning on. For real. All right. Go back to the article, man.
You want what you had me pull?
Yeah. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 10.
Come on.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in.
9.
Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids.
So like you said, you know what I'm saying? A woman that deny she a hoe all day. But God said you know a hoe when you see one. You ain't gotta say it. That's a song. You ain't gotta. Dang, what song is it?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. Nelly just gave us the game. You ain't gotta say nothing. We know.
Right.
I know a hoe when I see one.
And that's what Scarface said on the movie. You know this one.
Yeah.
He said what he was saying. Dang, was it Sosa was like, hey, how you know? He was like, the Irish, man, they never lie. the Irish never lie.
I never lie, man.
For real, read on.
Sirach chapter 26. Dang, I lost my
verse
thing.
10 now.
26 and verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Right, you know your daughter's shameless. You know what I'm saying? If she getting on, these apps, you know what I'm saying? If she FaceTiming little nigglets, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know your daughter, I'm telling you, bruh. You gotta know this stuff. It say if you know, keep her in straightly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Look, I remember Skype. Y'all remember Skype?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I ain't gonna say her name. You know what I'm saying? Those when she repent. But this young girl, we used to Skype, and she was in the 6th grade, bruh. She was in the 6th grade. I was like in the 7th, huh? But she used to make requests. She was already out there, though. You know what I'm saying? She was already getting it in. I'm talking about 11 years old on Skype. I was 12. Yeah. Yeah, 12, 13, something like that. Yeah, for real.
Now it's gonna be 5, 6-year-old. Each generation
Exactly,
wax.
it's only gonna get worse. But the little girl was shameless. That's the point. But she had the liberty. She had the liberty to be on Skype at that young age and be able to see young boys' body parts and stuff like that. Her mama didn't care. I seen her mama on Skype. Like,
In the
you know, she
background,
was,
probably.
yeah,
Damn.
like, yeah, this Duke, this, you know. And then go in her room and start doing stuff.
Come on, man.
The mama don't care. Go ahead. Verse 11.
Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee.
Don't be surprised. You walk in the room, she got a little Negro hide in the closet. Don't be surprised. Go ahead.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler.
So this basically, it start out with the being shameless and the looking a certain way, posting pictures, posing a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Getting on certain apps, and then next thing you know, she putting her mouth to action. It ain't just duck lip poses on pictures no more.
Right.
Now, like a thirsty traveler, when he have what?
When he had found a fountain.
Come on.
And drink of every water near her.
Now she putting her mouth on fountains. You know what I'm saying? She quenching her thirst out here. Every fountain. Go ahead.
By every hedge will she sit down.
Come on.
And open her quiver against every arrow.
Quiver against every arrow. You know, the quiver is the thing that hold arrows, right?
Right.
So after it gets so many arrows in there, it got to get wider.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That'll be your daughter.
Damn.
That'll be your daughter if you ain't careful.
Come on, man.
You got to be very, very mindful.
Because that shameless daughter, you didn't keep her in straight lead.
Exactly.
It already done manifest. It's too late now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, this stuff dangerous, man. It's real dangerous. For real. I was thinking about some stuff yesterday. Hey, my son, he gonna be mad at me because it's finna get way more strict. You know what I'm saying? For real. But now, welcome to Let's Talk Truth, caller. What's your name? Where you from? Welcome to the show.
Shalom, mighty men. My name is Tan.
Tanner. Shalom.
Shalom, how are y'all doing? So, really quick, I got two things. One, I wanted to lamb back off of the sister that called in a little earlier in reference to the sex education in the school. I'm an 80s baby, right? So, back then, you wouldn't be seen with the easy girl. Like, that was a real taboo thing. So now they're pretty much praising these women who are walking around half naked and things like that. But back in my day, you wouldn't dare be caught next to or associated with a girl who seemed easy, came off as easy. She could have been a stand-up girl in the neighborhood, and one day she decided she was going to wear something that was a little too revealing. And at that point, you know, everyone in the neighborhood would be like, oh, she's going. She's a little easy out here. So we would, I don't want to say bully. Now they use the term bully, but we would make sure that she knew what she was doing was wrong to where she didn't want to dress like that or act a certain way anymore. And then the second thing is growing up in the neighborhood.
Hold on real quick,
there was
sis. Hold on. So
there was,
I want to say something about that first thing you said, because this is just my personal opinion. But what I think happened is because I grew up in the crossover era to where it was crossing over from, you know what I'm saying, being ashamed, you know, to be seen with a real deal whore as opposed to whores being made cool. But I remember, like, when I was coming up, Wiz Khalifa was popping. And he had a song called Bust Down, right? And basically it was about the girl that go, you know what I'm saying, but she cool, she got benefits. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, if you a bust down, embrace that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your role, play it. But what I think it is I think a lot of these rappers and stuff, you know, a lot of them was lames, right?
Right, definitely.
So
absolutely.
they, you know, them was the dudes that they had to deal with them type of girls because they couldn't deal with the ones that was hard to get.
Right.
So then they got a contract and they got fame or whatever.
Right.
And they started expressing the lame stuff they used to do and put it on beats on a catchy little chorus and made it cool and desensitized everybody to the idea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I really think happened with that. But I just wanted to say that. Well, go ahead, sis.
Oh, absolutely. I believe that's what happened as well. You have a bunch of people who didn't get a chance to live their life as they wanted to. They were looking out the window at someone else's life who probably did have all the girls. And so once they finally got their contract, they wanted to make it known like, oh, well, you can be this type of woman and we going to be okay with it.
Right.
But the second thing was, in the neighborhood, there was this guy, we used to call him Cousin Luke because he was a younger guy, so we didn't call him Uncle Luke, but we called him Cousin Luke. He had a Mustang with like 150 spoke Daytons. He was just like, he was the man, right? So all the women, all the girls and the women's mamas, aunties, your home girl down the block, everybody just threw it at him. He was the guy. And I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, one of my good friends from back in the day, and she was like, do you remember Cousin Luke? And I said, yeah. She was like, well, he's one of my patients now. She works for the mental health hospital in Memphis, and she says that he is completely, we used to always make jokes like he's crazy because he was wild and he would do random things. And she said, well, he's really crazy now because syphilis has taken over his brain. So women and men are out here and they're thinking it's cute and they're thinking it's cool to lay down with any and everybody, but there are real consequences to your actions. And you following Satan and being a part of that lifestyle.
Hey, you remember that song? Let me go back to my time, like that Nas song, "What Goes Around Comes Around."
Okay.
You don't know nothing about that, do you?
No.
Nah, he don't know that.
I don't like Nas, but I know about it.
Oh, you don't like, man, you
I don't
tripping.
like Nas.
Y'all know about Nas over there?
Yeah, we know about Nas.
I know what you're talking about.
We 80s, baby. See, that's why you know. All praise to the Lord.
He just big words. He not
Hey,
that
that's
type.
Nas. He said, what goes around comes around, man.
Right.
Hey, but the Bible says, what? You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yes, sir. That was all.
all praise to the Most High. I appreciate it, sis. Now, it bring me to get Sirach 19:2, the scripture we pulled out yesterday. Basically, once you get to that point where you dealing with, because the sex is spiritual, it's a spiritual thing. So once you done dealt with so many women and women, like we saw with Solomon, it destroys you mentally. You know what I'm saying? It start to affect your mentality, your way of thinking, and it'll literally drive you crazy. For real. Watch this. Read what you got.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. And he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent.
You see that? When you cleave to harlots, when you cleave to hoes, you will become impudent. Your mind, your way of thinking is going to be affected negatively. For real. That's what God said is going to happen. It's going to corrupt your mind, your spirit. All right, let's go back to the... matter of fact, let's move on. We got to move on. So this right here, this is an example of the sexualization agenda. Now, like a lot of stuff, we don't be realizing what it really was until it's in hindsight. But this was a little show, you know, back in the day. I think it was Victorious or something like that. Yeah, it was a show, and, you know, little kids used to watch it. Now, like I said, I was in a crossover generation. So the Hannah Montana, the Wizards of Waverly Place, and all of that's the show that was out when I was a kid. And that's when they started to, you know, teenage, we go out and we do stuff without adult supervision and we kiss and have boyfriend.
Right.
Like that became, they was normalizing that. That wasn't that damn normal back in the day.
Right.
I remember, like, I think on the Full House, like, they used to do chaperones and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it became like, no, we're teens. We date, right? We kiss at the movies. But this right here, it show you Esau is sick as hell. I'm telling you, they dive into the psyche, man. For real. They was doing this stuff to subconsciously take root in these young kids' minds. All right, watch this.
Have you ever said something, like a sentence, and thought to yourself, wow, like, I bet nobody else on earth has ever said those exact words that I just said? That happens to me a lot. So now, just for fun, I'm gonna say 3 sentences that I bet not one person has ever said before in the history of mankind. Sentence number 1. Oh man, my uvula got stuck between that hamster's toes. See? That could never happen, because your uvula is that swingy thing in the back of your throat right here. So there's no way you could get it stuck between a hamster's toes. Sentence number 3. I'm soaking wet! Quick, somebody bring me the ocean! No one would ever say that. Why? Because if you were soaking wet and you were upset about it, the last thing you'd want is for somebody to bring you the ocean. Because the ocean is even more wet than even the wettest person in the world. Have you ever tried to get your whole big toe in your mouth? Check this out. Sometimes I wonder if you can get juice from a potato. Is it possible for a teenage girl to drink water upside down? I'm thirsty.
Wow.
It's not possible. This has been me in a video.
Mad.
Come on, give up the juice.
Wow.
Can you imagine what life would be like with hippopotamus teeth?
Oh.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, you nasty.
I wasn't ready for that one right there.
A little bitty.
I really wasn't.
Oh.
We got kids doing this these nowadays, brother. Like really? She was so trying to get that stuff out of the potato.
Potato. What? You're a potato man.
Bruh. Hey. Last days, man. Last days. Keep these commandments. You better keep these commandments.
I get tired of you, bros.
Hey,
but this
Get Ephesians 6 and 12.
I was about to say, like, this what the kids watching. This is what the kids watch. This is what we growing up and looking at.
This is America.
Let me see. You said Ephesians what? 6? Oh, praise. Oh, man. I think my Ephesians messed up.
Ephesians 6 and 12.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, so television networks. Think about television network. We say it all the time. You know what I'm saying? They telling you a vision, right? What they was demonstrating with the young girl, they, you know, the little green thing she had in her hand, you know what I'm saying? Putting stuff down her throat, all of that. You know, gripping a potato, trying to get some juice out of it. Like, there's spiritual warfare, man. They really trying to corrupt our kids' minds. And this was years ago. This was at least a decade ago. No, I'm saying this show. She a grown woman now.
Right. Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she grown. But you know, hey, I'm telling you, bro. This we fighting against.
She didn't even know. She didn't even know that.
Spiritual wickedness in high places. She probably did know.
She know. She know.
All right, let's get the next video. So now we gonna deal with the music. So we deal with social media, you know what I'm saying, television. Obviously, you know, the agenda is there. But of course, we always had it in music, all right? The evil communications. Play that.
Play that.
Industry and in rap in general, that lots of these women, whenever they'd come out, they'd always have this over-sexualized look. And I can't really blame them because the industry that they're going into started off by sexualizing women, so it makes sense. But at the same time, lots of people could argue that because they're over-sexualizing themselves and there's younger viewers who do consume their content and their music, it's not a good portrayal. Then the question comes up as, why is it like this? Now, if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, a lot of these women who do come up being overly sexualized in this industry tend to make the groundbreaking numbers. You don't really see the women who are calm, laid back, quiet, you know, have majority, if not all their clothes on, top the charts. But the minute a woman comes out with a really nice body and she's showing off her body, which she has the ability to do, she's the one who goes ahead to top the charts all the time. And you see, I don't necessarily have an issue with this. It's totally fine. But why?
So look, and then I'm telling Christianity got us. We always got to say that whenever we talking about something. Black Christians. I mean, I ain't got no problem with it. You do what you do. I'm not gonna judge or whatever. Right. Now you speaking not on how it's wrong, but you trying to cover your whatever. But you know what I'm saying. She said basically, in order for you to hit a certain number of views and hits and listens and sales, you gotta be sexual.
Right.
Because sex sells. In other words, women in the music industry, prostitution. Prostitution. You know what I'm saying? It's prostitution. And it's defiling our people's minds from their youth. All right? Keep playing.
Why are people now getting upset about this? Y'all listen to these women who talk about sex all the time. So why are you upset? Why are you angry? And I wish I could really sit here and say you do not need to show your body in order to make money and top the charts. But that's clearly not the case. The only woman who doesn't really even need to do that is Beyonce, and she still does that to this day. If we're gonna be honest with ourselves, that pushes records. Your body, your facade, what you're singing, your music, really conjuring up a certain kind of emotion is what pushes your music up the charts. For instance, like I was talking about in my video.
So notice what she said, the terminology. She said conjuring. You conjuring up spirits. Right. You know what I'm saying? For it, get Ciroc 94 real quick. One thing about it, look, for women, of course, the men, we're attracted to your beauty, your shape, you know, all of that. But how can I say this? It's some singers that men only want them because they a singer and the stuff that they sing about. Message. You know what I'm saying? It's a spirit in there. And God warned us about that. Read what you got.
The book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
God says stay away from the women who be singing. Why? Because they seductive. Right. They always got this seductive spirit.
Right.
That walk too.
Like you'll be listening to a song. This what happened with the singer Ella May. I was riding my FedEx train or whatever. I've been years without hearing the radio. And I'm listening. I'm hearing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The way she hitting the notes, I'm like, oh. Like in my mind, I'm like, I know she
fine. Yeah.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Because the spirit that's behind her singing, just that alone can arouse a man. For real, God says, stay away. She'll sing you. She'll sing your pants down.
Sing the soul out you.
Exactly. Keep reading.
Lest thou be taken with her attempts.
You'll be taken with her attempts. And the white man know this.
Right.
The white man know that's why he utilized these black singers. They got to have a certain type of image. Notice them singers that don't be showing their body, don't be doing the videos, don't push a lot of content out about sex. they not winning no awards.
Right.
Their videos ain't getting played like that. You know what I'm saying? They always fly under the radar.
Right.
For real. You saw put Cardi B's on the pedestal.
Key one, Lauryn Hill.
Exactly. Right. Keep playing.
Talking about WAP. WAP is now #1. It's now hitting charts, breaking records. Why? Because there was so much controversy on these women being so overtly sexual and being who they want to be, and people got mad about it. And the more you talk about it, like I said, the more people want to watch it. And I feel like that's what happened with Lil' Kim back in the day too, when she was first breaking out. A lot of people wanted her to be more quiet in the background. This little missy over here came out literally thong and all, having fun, enjoying her life, and what did she do? Talk the charts. So I feel like it's something that we really need to look at as a society and really speak about it. What kind of music is driving us? Is it music that's very sexual and overt and just very raunchy, or is it music that is really good for the soul? Is it music that is setting us apart and everything like that? And I totally understand not everyone is so into this soulful thinking and look and everything like that, but really, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, what music are you really listening to and how is it influencing your life? But
now, I want to say something about that because she said not everybody's into the whole soulful, Jill Scott type vibe or whatever. Because we not. As a people, we not into this stuff. But, that's the alternative. If you don't want to listen to the little nasty hoes, then you got to listen to the, the little kind of like the Pan-African woman vibes. What's that one woman name that got the song about your hair? India Ari. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just don't want to listen to that. But what happened was, when I was in college, when I went to UCA, like 2014, right? It was like an age where the sexual, seductive, the horror music, the white man made it to where, like, they was able to reach out to their soul culture. They call it trap soul. That's when the Bryson Tillers and Janaea Echo, that's how you say her name? Right. Yeah. So you got them people that sound like cool and chill and soulful, but they talking about some nasty stuff.
That's why I said the slider hole.
Exactly. And when they hit, I'm telling you, sex was that was the only thing going on campus. That was the only topic. That's all. Hey, it was girls that had good grades. You know what I'm saying? They was, going to class and all of that, having sex with 4 different damn dudes in one day. I done seen it. I witnessed it. Talking about dorm room lit. Niggas having a rotation with this hoe, and she a scholar in 2 different ways.
Come on, man.
For real, but I'm telling you, when they did that, when they made that little genre to pull in them people that don't listen to the outright just bad music, man, I'm telling you, bro, Esau know what they be doing, bro. Hey, them wickedness in high places.
Right.
Go to that next time stamp. Play that.
Let us, first of all, stop this idea that women have to be talking about sex or selling this sex-filled identity in order to make music. It's not every day, like, we talking about pussy and sex and dick and all that. It's not every day. It's so tiring. Like, all the music just sounds the same. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that probably is my unpopular opinion, but we don't always need to have music like that all the time. Most of the time, like, it's not even good. Like, the lyrics don't even work together. I feel like we need to change the way we think as a society and not always have our music so sex orientated all the time. Like, we can talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. If we're gonna market an artist to an audience, we don't always gotta show some titties or show some bum or do some craziness. Like, haven't you seen those certain videos or clips where there will be the girl who's featured in a video and she's just like titties out, bum out, everything's just ooh, ooh, ooh. And the guy's just wearing a basic tee and some jeans.
Hey, we skipped some. So I want to mention it. She just brought it back to my mind because the little point she made about the sex all the time. But get the them pictures I had put on the IT page. I think it was in the order, but I had did it late. All right.
Right.
So this is what happened. This is an example of evil communications corrupt good manners over, a generational period. Put that on the screen real quick. So now, 20 years ago, 10, 20 years ago, I'd say about 15 to 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying? The normal 13, 14-year-old girl, like if you go and look through people my age, old pictures, like, they'll be posing with the little, they'll have on a baby fat jacket or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With the little,
Coochie.
Stuff like that. But now, these 14-year-olds, because they exposed to the media and all that at a young age, they able to perfect the imitation very, very early.
Right.
Like she looked like a whole commercial model. You know what I'm saying? It's a young ass little girl. That's crazy. That's witchcraft right there. Message. Go to the next one. It's another one. This what happened when you push, when the white man, the spiritual wickedness in high places, push the sex and all that all the time. You think that's all them people get in the studio and talk about and record? No. Who is in charge of putting it out? Who say, no, you got to make this song? No, this is going on the album.
Right.
The perverted, nasty, profane man sitting on the damn throne of America. All right? Look at it. Now I remember when we used to have digital cameras. It wasn't
I remember that.
you know what I'm saying? iPhone, you still had a flip phone. You know what I'm saying? If you was uploading pictures,
you had the Razor phone.
yeah, you was using a digital camera. I remember that. I remember when they looked it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now look at that. That's crazy. Get that off the screen. All right.
Damn.
Now go to the next thing. Go to the next thing real quick. Yeah, this is get Titus too, cause she made a point about, do we got to talk about sex all the time or whatever? And this the problem. This the root of the problem right here. Titus 2 verse 3.
The book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Come on.
The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober.
So the young women is supposed to be taught by women of wisdom how to behave themselves, right? It's finna give the list of what they're supposed to be teaching them, but I just want to make the point about how, like, these grown women, like the ones you see contending with Kevin Samuels and all of that, like, in the 30s and 40s, that's the generation of failed mothers. That's why they always got rebuttals and they got debates and all that, because deep down inside, they know, you know what I'm saying, they failed as a parent because they little kids out here going nuts.
Right.
But they don't want to take any accountability. All right, the scripture says the mother is, so is the daughter. If these little girls out here doing all this and that at a very young age, it's because the generation of mothers has failed them. It is what it is. This is what you mothers were supposed to teach your little kids that's on TikTok going viral, doing cucumber challenges. All right, read.
To love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet.
Right, so to love your husbands, meaning your child don't love a man affectionately outside her father or her brother or whatever until she gets married. But a lot of y'all be letting y'all little kids go on dates. Y'all know Country Wayne?
Yeah.
Like his little son got the little girlfriend Blake.
Right.
15, always over the house, spending the night. You know what I'm saying? Like they 15.
Right.
They too damn young for that. And we think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? For real, you gotta think how many little girls be probably, pitching it to their parents like, well, look, Country Wayne, and they, they be, you know what I'm saying? For real.
Hey, this whole thing starts from idolatry. Same with the class going over. Like, why you think, what's the name, Country Wayne, allowing that to happen? Why? Because they idolize their kids. You remember, like, we always used to ask, well, we still ask, like, the ungodly of our people, like, why? Celebrate, I'm just sidebarring real quick. Celebrate Christmas is evil. Why you do it? Well, we do it for the kids.
Right.
We don't worship.
Yeah, the mentality is because a lot of them grew up with parents. Some of them grew up with like strict parents, so they could develop that mentality. Cause I had it when I was a child, and I was thinking childishly, like when I had kids, I ain't gonna be putting them on punishment like that and whooping my kids and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So they grew up and they manifested that mentality. Like, all the stuff I had to sneak out and do, I'm going to let my child do it so they won't have to sneak out. Like, I think Country Wayne said that, like, in a skit, playing, but he was serious.
Yo.
Like, they going to do it anyway. I know because I was their age and I did it. So if they going to do it, I might as well know about it. Like, it need to happen, in the house instead of them sneaking around.
What's the purpose of knowing about it? What they gonna have? How you gonna feel if you know about it?
Better. That's their logic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the mamas was supposed to teach the kids this. How to love their husbands, keep reading.
To love their children.
Come on.
To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home.
Discreet and chaste. And keepers, all the three of them is heavy as hell.
Right.
But to be discreet and chaste, meaning you not on social media at all at a young age. You know what I'm saying? You discreet. You not showing your body. You not taking pictures. All of that stuff cause you attracting men. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you don't got no business attracting men when you 13, 14, 15, 16. Because men have sperm and men will impregnate you. You know what I'm saying? You too young for that.
Right.
But that's what you're attracting. You putting yourself on social media. You don't have any discretion. Right? Them posts and all that. And then they said they supposed to be chaste. Meaning they carry themselves in a manner in which it's obvious that they abstaining from all sexual activity. That has to be taught to the kids. Because if not, guess what the kids gonna do? They're gonna be 11, 12 years old in class with their phone on the damn board, making a TikTok video, throwing their ass in the air. You know what I'm saying? For real. The sub over there shaking his head.
Come on now, dog.
You know what I'm saying? For real. That's what's happening because chastity is not being taught to our young girls. When I was 13, I wanted to bust wide open, but my daddy always had me punished. That's why when I was 17, I got wild and I got pregnant because I wanted to rebel. So I'm going to let my little girl, I'm telling that logic right there, straight idiocracy.
That don't apply here, sis.
And that's the problem. All right, now we going to get into the big P. Now, this is the like I said yesterday, the gateway sin. All right, watching this stuff lead to the sexual addiction. All right, play that.
Rhodes video, and I just kind of want to speak about the unrealistic portrayal of porn and how it highly affects us as a society. Porn has immensely transformed over the past few decades, and that's mainly because its access and availability to us now more so than before. We have so much access to pornography, whether that's through social media sites, websites, or platforms that many people that we may know now utilize as such. In the past, you could only really get porn if you paid for it. Now porn is free and easily accessible, so a lot more children men are getting their hands on pornography at a very young age where they can't really grasp the idea of what porn really is. According to the website Very Well Mind, researchers gather that up to 99% of adult men and up to 80% of students have watched porn at some point in their lives. And in one study that was done, the average age of pornography exposure was at 14 years old, but there were some as young of the age of 12 and 9 that were exposed to porn. So the most common used porn website is Pornhub.com, and they have over 120 million viewers on a daily basis. And though reports are unclear of how much money is in the porn industry, though how much the industry really makes is unclear, it is reported that the porn industry makes about $100 billion a year. Is that not insane?
Damn.
There's so many people that are constantly feeding in and watching porn is all that says. So like I said, the porn industry is about an $100 billion business. However, the porn stars do not even get paid close to that. Being in the porn industry, we have heard several times many women say that they do not get paid much, if at all, with a lot of the work that they do. Though there is a lot of darkness within the porn industry, I'm not going to get into that today. That is a different video for a different day. I'm just going to be solely speaking on how the porn industry really affects society and how it affects our brains, specifically adolescent boys who have never had any form of sexual activity. So the first impact I'm going to discuss is unrealistic body expectations. The media that we consume on a daily basis strongly shapes our perception of beauty and our concept of attractiveness within society. So a lot of times in society, the ideal body is very slim, maybe nicer assets. So this can definitely lead a lot of men to have unrealistic expectations from their partner and how their partner should look and how their body should appear as. So according to a study of porn's effects on the brain done by Simone Kuhn and Jurgen Galinet, watching porn actually shrinks the part of the brain that links to pleasure. So basically we have a part of the brain called the stratum, I believe it's pronounced as, and that part of the brain makes up the reward system. So the stratum was smaller in those that watched porn a lot more frequently, which in turn meant that they probably needed to see more graphic aspects of pornography in order to seek any form of pleasure from it. So how does this relate in reality in relationships? If these men or women are constantly comparing what they see in pornography to their partner in real life's body, that will most likely lead to dissatisfaction when it comes to their sexual relationship or even just their relationship.
Real quick. Hey, get that in the scripture. Wisdom of Solomon 4:12. The porn, it say you shrink a part of your brain. What? Shrink. That's in the Bible. Watch this. Read what you got.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest.
The bewitching of naughtiness. And she touched on it too. I don't know if I got it within the timestamps, but she explained how the work that the porn stars put in to get their body like that, the camera angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's witchcraft. It's not real.
Right.
It's not real. But you watching it, and that's your expectation. That's what you pursuing when you go out here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a whoremonger. When it ain't really like that in reality.
Right.
But that's what the bewitching of naughtiness do. It obscures things that are honest. You got a whole visualization in your imagination of how it's supposed to be.
Right.
But that's not reality.
Right.
Your vision is obscured by that witchcraft of naughtiness. Keep reading.
That are honest. And the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind.
The wandering or the browsing of concupiscence, which is sexual lust, undermines the simple mind. You know what undermine means? Like a rock, when water wear it down. You know what I'm saying? It makes it smaller. It make the rock shrink.
Right.
God said that's what the browsing of porn does to your brain.
Damn.
It make it shrink. That's in the Bible. They think they scientists and that. That's what the Bible already said.
Right.
That's the wisdom of Solomon.
And that's what people do got to realize, though. Like, that whole website, all this is fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All the moans, the duration, or all that kind of, that's fake. They taking hella pills, they edits, and all kind of, it's fake. It ain't real, bro.
But why?
Yep.
Ain't none of this stuff real.
Go back to the video. Back to the video.
as romantic partners. Bodies come in so many different shapes and sizes, but with pornography, that often becomes skewed because of what is seen present in many, many adult films. A porn star's selling point is their body. That's their asset. So they make sure they look their best, but that involves lots of plastic surgery, that involves angles, getting body parts bleached, getting things lasered off, waxed off, shaved off, all that stuff, okay? It's a whole production, so it's not necessarily real. A person's self-esteem can severely be altered and affected if this is what they're comparing themselves to on a regular basis, which in turn shows how porn can deeply affect someone's mental health.
Let me
So
get that
next
real
thing
quick. 2 Corinthians 10 and 12. She said, you comparing yourself to that on the screen, it affects your mental health. You will be depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I make my stuff jiggle like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, read what you got. This what God said.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Come on.
For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves.
Come on.
But they measuring themselves by themselves.
They're measuring themselves by themselves. What?
And comparing themselves.
And what?
And comparing themselves.
And comparing themselves. Read.
Amongst themselves. Are not wise.
That's not smart. That's not a smart thing to do.
Hell no.
But that's exactly when you watching porn, that's what you doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You thinking, can I measure up to that? Or a matter of fact, I know I can. I know I can do that. I can do it better than that. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's not wise. What you finna say?
That's what Satan telling you. Yeah,
Exactly.
You can do that.
Exactly. For real.
Cap.
Like, I be wanting, like, I know, like, the women that actually be porn stars, like, it got to be something deep. Because you got to think, it ain't no deleting porn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you going to have kids one day. Like, you going to be somebody's mama.
Kim Kardashian. That's still going
Yeah. Like, everybody know what your mama, you know what I'm saying, how much she could take here, how much, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Like, you don't give a damn about none of that. Sex is that important to you. That's idolatry. You don't give a damn, bruh. You don't give a damn. That's a deep psychological sickness to be able to take that on as a career. Keep playing.
Another tie within the porn industry that I think has really influenced a lot would definitely be hookup culture. I feel like a lot of people are really used to the idea that in porn, what you see is that everybody's just down for whatever. You see scripts, the mailman, the pool guy, the delivery guy. You see things like that all the time. So people tend to kind of want to connect those in the real world. Now, not necessarily having intercourse with those people, but possibly having with a stranger they might meet at a party, whichever. Now, I'm all for it. Do what makes you happy. If that's what you want to do, girl, go ahead and do it. I am not judging nobody for that, of course. But my point really is that some people have the expectation that someone's just going to want to do certain things just because they see it in adult films, which is not the case at all. And many people kind of feel uncomfortable by that. You can't just assume that somebody is ready to do something just because you've seen it in adult films. And that's something that is definitely a negative portrayal in pornography.
And
all right, guys, so
you
that
know
is
why
the
she said that? Because Rich Homie told her, you know what I'm saying? You can't judge her. Rich Homie told her. Hey, you got to throw that disclaimer out there. I know what she do, but I'm not judging. Because Rich Homie said you can't judge her. For real.
Come on now, dog.
Hey, real quick, because she said, get 1 Peter 4 and 3. Now, I want you to pull it up on Bible Hub, though. Go to BibleHub.com and pull up 1 Peter 4, verse 3. All right? Because she said pornography, because, you know, it's scenes. It's a whole production. So it's spiritual. It make you think in your mind, like, that's how it go. Like, we all just supposed to be with this, you know, whatever. So we growing up, as these generations get worse, and we grow up watching porn and more porn, like, we develop that mentality. So whenever it's a social gathering or anything of that nature, we know what's going down in our mind. You know what the end goal is. Somebody gonna give it up. We all gotta go that way. All right, read 1 Peter 4:3.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
Right, the will of the people in the world, what the world got going on. We all was full-fledged in the world at some point, right?
When we walk in lasciviousness.
We walk in lasciviousness, right?
Lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatry.
So we know lasciviousness, lust, that's going into nasty stuff. When you get to the banquetings and the revelings, you kind of like, them Bible words, I don't know. All right, so let's read these other translations. They're going to make it plain for you. All we need is the top one. And this what she was talking about. This is a culture raised on porn. Read what you got.
The New International Version. For ye have spent enough time in the past doing what pagans chose to do.
Right.
Living in debauchery, lust, drunkenness, orgies.
What?
Orgies.
Orgies. So the Bible is talking about orgies. Trains getting ran. For real.
Day and night.
It's
24/7.
in the Bible. That's what the Lord talking about. For real. But that's the culture that we living in, influenced by pornography. We think, hey, that's how it go. Oh, the pizza man, the delivery guy, you gonna come. Just come on in here. I want to fulfill my fantasy, my favorite porn. You know what I'm saying? Just come on in here. You know, hey, that's why you brothers, you Uber Eats, Bike Squad, DoorDash brothers, y'all better be very mindful.
For real.
There's some women out here that really got these fantasies, and they will.
Or somebody delivering their food.
Yeah,
they come to the, and they
That's
open
what
the
I'm
door.
talking about.
Yeah, I know.
They'll come to the door naked.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. Now go back, go to the next video. Or the next whatever. What was after that? Okay. So yeah, this, let me see, I think we're gonna close out with this video right here. Hold on. Popular Instagram. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, so this right here gonna break down the destruction that porn do to the mind. Alright? And it basically give the sense how dopamine is a lust demon. Alright? Dopamine is a lust demon. And this is porn's relationship with dopamine. Alright? Play that.
Here's the normal pattern of dopamine release. It looks something like a roller coaster because in biology, what goes up must come down. It could be food, sex, or even water when you're thirsty. So let's say you're hungry. Dopamine starts rising. Then you think about a burger and it rises more. When the burger is sizzling, dopamine's going way up. It peaks right about your first bite. Then you take some more bites and it starts to drop off. And finally drops back down to normal levels, and you're full. This graph could also represent masturbating or having sex, and the peak would be right about at orgasm. However, I really want to point out that the experience of orgasm is probably driven by other neurochemicals called opiate, not dopamine. So, dopamine drives you towards orgasm, but the feeling of orgasm arises from something else. The rise of dopamine levels could also represent anything new or novel, because dopamine loves novelty. A new car, a just-released movie, the latest gadget. We're all hooked on dopamine. You can have a spike of dopamine just by ordering dessert, even though you haven't finished what's on your plate. Dessert is something new. In fact, dopamine surging in your reward circuitry can override your feelings of what's called satiety or fullness, regardless of what your rational brain may think about overeating or even watching porn. As with everything new, the thrill fades and dopamine levels drop. Now, back to the Coolidge effect. So, dopamine is what is behind the Coolidge effect. If you look at our little graph here, we have a female rat number 1, female rat number 2, and dopamine level. What's happening is that the reward circuitry of the male is squirting less and less dopamine in each copulation with female number 1. And then eventually, the male can no longer copulate because there's not enough dopamine. Dopamine is behind libido.
This is the heaviest part right here. This going to what we read earlier about the constant cheating.
Right.
Basically, your desire for the woman that you have, she could be the best thing out there, but you done had it and had it and had it and had it. Now it's boring to you. So it ain't necessarily you going out there to get something better. You just want something new. That's how. Go. You gotta go back about 20 seconds. This is heavy stuff right here.
That boy went back a minute.
Damn. All right, play, right there.
Number 2 and dopamine level. What's happening is that the reward circuitry of the male is squirting less and less dopamine in each copulation with female number 1. And then eventually, the male can no longer copulate because there's not enough dopamine. Dopamine is behind libido. Then you drop in female number 2, and the male gets another squirt of dopamine that surges his libido, and he goes back to work. This is what's behind the Coolidge effect, and it's also why you click onto new videos.
Pause that. What it's saying is that lust demon is so strong, right? Mm-hmm. On a normal with your wife, you know what I'm saying? You, bam, and then you ready to go to sleep. You know how whatever, you know, I don't know. You lay down, get on your phone, whatever. But if say that usual thing happened where you know you done. If you bring in another woman right after that, you right back ready. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know the lust demon is strong as hell. You know what's crazy? Because we had a brother in the body. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me put it like this. It's a story in which a brother, when he was in the midst of his sin, he was doing his wife and the adulteress in the same damn day. And the wife said, in hindsight, looking back, when he was in the midst of it, according to the dates, that's when he had a stronger sex drive.
Mm.
That's the lust demon, bro. That's the lust demon in full operation, bro. This stuff is spiritual, bro.
I always give an analogy of demons inside you. Like they'll be once that sex thing hit up like that, you good. But once you that release, it goes back down. So next thing you know, that sexual demon, he went to sleep. He gone to sleep now. Somebody else pop back.
Wake his ass up. Right. Wake him right up.
It's time to do our bid.
Yeah.
That's our same road, man. Thing strong.
Keep playing.
While you're watching porn, to get another big squirt of dopamine with something novel. Okay, let's give another nickname to dopamine. Let's call it the molecule of addiction. It's because changes in your brain that lead to addiction caused by changes in dopamine level. Cocaine, alcohol, nicotine, they all feel different, but all of them flood the reward circuitry with dopamine. All addictive chemicals and activities raise dopamine levels.
Dope.
It's what makes them potentially
You
addictive.
never knew why.
Of course,
Damn.
You never knew why it was called dope.
That dope.
Because it's dopamine.
That thing only lasts for, you only get that high for maybe a good hour or something. And it go down, then you need it again.
Right.
And you get addicted because you're chasing that same high. That's how people get addicted to sex. You trying to make it feel like that first time. And that's like in them songs, like, I'm going to make you feel like the very first time.
Right.
Like, girls are like, oh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing like that first time. For real, that's dopamine, bruh. Play on.
You need continued use of the addictive substance or activity to cause physical changes that lead to addiction. Here's an odd thing. We've mentioned it before. Dopamine is released in response to expectations rather than actual levels of pleasure. It's the drive to get it. It's the craving. But as I've mentioned, the actual pleasure of eating or orgasm is probably opioids. Those are morphine-like chemicals being released in the brain. Dopamine is wanting it. Opiates are liking it. Addictions are basically chasing after dopamine. So what happens is addiction is wanting more but liking it less. Speaking of wanting and the power of the reward circuitry, here's an experiment.
Hold on. He said
we have a rat.
That's why. Go ahead, say what you was
he
say.
said he wanted it more. But
He
after you
like
done,
it
you
more.
liking it
Yes.
less. We read that about
Amnon.
Yeah.
But look, so this basically, and he finna go into it, but like with porn, for example, you addicted to porn. He just said you want it more, but you like it less, right?
Right.
So that means that if you start out watching ebony porn, regular black woman, right? Eventually, you're going to want to see some heathens. Then eventually, you're going to want to see some MILFs. Then eventually, you're going to want to see...
Granny porn.
Yeah, then eventually, it's going to lead to incestual porn, bestiality porn,
you watching-
child porn. It's a deep ditch.
You watching
It's a
trannies.
deep ditch. The only way to stop yourself from going down that porn spectrum of all that weird, nasty, vile stuff is to say, you know what, I'm just going to be a fornicator.
Dang.
I got to leave the porn alone because now I'm thinking about seeing 13-year-olds doing it. So now I just got to go out here and just start smashing.
Come on now, dog.
For real. It's a rabbit hole, bro. The rabbit hole go deep. All right, keep playing.
Rats, and you see there's a wire, and then there's this electrode that's actually going to the reward circuitry of the rat. And the rat has its little paw on a lever, and whenever it hits that lever, it sends just enough electricity to the reward circuitry to stimulate it. Now, what will happen is this rat will just keep hitting the lever, and hitting the lever thousands of times an hour until it drops. It won't stop to eat, sleep, have sex, or even take care of the pups. It'll give up everything just to press that lever. As we know, this
Idolitry!
behavior is not unlike some serious
Give
drug
up
addicts.
everything. You will give up everything. And that's what you see. Like he making a point with drug addicts, right? It be people that was mothers that had job, houses, that's right now on the damn street looking for the next rock. They ain't got no household. They don't know where their kids at. Some of these people don't know their kids got kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They out here strung out on crack.
Come on now, dog.
They gave up their whole life for a crack rock.
Crack is whack.
I'm telling you, bro, you can get addicted to porn the same damn way. Keep playing.
You didn't spend your whole child tuition on a on a bag of meth.
Here's another experiment. They take the same rat and they have an electric grid between the lever and the rat. So the rat has to feel painful shock in its little paws to go over to the lever and press it. Well, the rat will actually cross the bridge and endure the shock. But if you take the rat and put an electric grid between them and food, they will not cross the electric grid. They will not undergo shocks to eat food. They would rather starve. Here's more experiment to show the power of dopamine in your reward circuitry. If you take rats and block their dopamine, they have absolutely no motivation. They'll not even eat. They won't walk over to the food dish and they'll starve to death. But they still like food. If you drop food into their mouths, they eat it and show little rat smiles. They just have no motivation to go get it. They lie around. They won't have sex either. The male rats show no signs of libido. The key point is, you need the right level of dopamine to function normally. It does lots of important jobs. Dopamine gives you that positive outlook, good attitude, keeps you motivated, keeps you happy. Incidentally, many psychological problems involve dopamine imbalances, including
Hey,
addictions.
look, pause. So, I'm gonna do a class on that called Conquering Dopamine. Like it's good for motivational purposes if you able to govern that spirit the right way.
Right.
But for the most part, it's basically it's not about always being motivated. It's about discipline. And discipline is the only thing that'll be able to conquer dopamine. Meaning what? A lot of people is addicts, drug addicts, sex addicts, addicted to all type of stuff. But the only reason why they not addicted no more is because of the discipline of God's laws, the Holy Spirit of discipline. That's it. That's the only way you can conquer dopamine. That's it. Discipline. But keep playing. Finish that out. What happened?
Don't.
Okay, that's it. All right, give Matthew 6:24. I'll show y'all dopamine in the Bible. The sex demon.
The book of Matthew.
The lust demon.
Chapter 6 and verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
Right, so usually when this get broken down, it's saying you can't serve God and money. But the word used here is mammon, right? Google the definition of mammon. The Bible said you cannot serve God and mammon. You're going to serve one or the other. All right? Look up mammon. M-A-M-M-O-N. They type ma'am like, yes, ma'am. Mammon. Okay.
That's title back there. Got them there in capital M's.
Man, he can talk, but he can't spell. All right? Scroll down. Scroll down. And I just Googled this at the house. You got a Google definition.
I got one right here. I don't know if it's hit or not.
Yeah, the Google definition. Where is it at? Why is it not up there?
You want me to go and read it?
No, I want the people to see it.
Gotcha.
Damn. Google it again.
just put it. Just
hey,
delete the definition. Just
okay. Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Now hit the little arrow and read the archaic definition. Scroll down. Damn, it don't got the archaic definition on here. Why is Google playing with us on this Talk Truth Radio?
Man.
Nah, there you go. There you go. Scroll down. That's it. Read that.
Mammon, now. Wealth regarded as an evil influence or false object of worship and devotion.
Right, like I said, it's usually accredited to money. But watch this. Keep reading.
It was taken by medieval writers as the name of the devil of covetousness.
The what?
The devil of covetousness.
The demon of lust. Mammon is the name of the lust demon.
Right.
So the reason why you watching porn all the time is because you are serving mammon and not God.
Damn,
The
son,
reason why
where'd
you
find
having
this?
sex, you can't stop fornicating, you serving mammon and not God. You gonna love one and hate the other. You know what God laws say. You know what you're supposed to be doing and not doing. But the mammon is so strong, that dopamine so damn strong, you're going to continue to fulfill your lust.
Right.
That's what you're going to serve. That's the root of porn addiction, sex addiction. It's that lust demon, mammon. You cannot serve God and mammon.
Right.
That's why it's idolatry. You're not serving the Most High. You caught up in that. Yeah, for real. Y'all got something on that?
Sir.
I'm good.
Oh, praise to the
mammon.
Most High. Give 1 Corinthians 9. I'm going to close out
That
with
thing
this.
crazy though.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 9:26. That's the name of the God gave the lust demon a name. Yes.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9 and verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air.
So it's a fight. Remember in 1 Peter it said we all in past time was caught up in lust and lasciviousness. Some of us was even in orgies. You know what I'm saying? We used to get it in like that. So it's a fight once you come into the truth. It's a fight. So you gotta fight. Read on.
But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection.
That's what the fight is all about. You gotta bring your body into subjection. You can't be subject to dopamine. Dopamine gotta be subject to you. If you're not able to bring your body into subjection, it's gonna consume you. That's gonna be your God. That's who you gonna serve. The only way to overcome this dopamine, this porn addiction, sex addiction, is applying the scriptures. That's it. That's the only way you're going to bring your body into subjection.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
The Lord can't do nothing with you. He can't use you if you just addicted to fornicating. You addicted to porn.
Right.
He can't use you. You ain't no damn good. He going to throw you away.
Right.
He going to throw you away. So we got to get our mind right. We got to exercise discipline to overcome mammon, to overcome these demons, that dopamine demon. I'm telling you, bruh, it ain't, you know, we'll be thinking like, it's the nut, it's the nut, it's the nut. But like he was saying, you know what I'm saying, you could have a woman right there, whatever, and she got all the ability to make it happen, and you don't even want it. Cause it gotta be some novelty. It gotta be what you seen on the screen. You know what I'm saying? For real, that's the damage that dopamine do to your brain. It undermine the simple mind. It wear it down. It make it shrink.
Right.
For real. All right. So
more fire, fire, fire.
All praise to the Most High God. Oh, we gotta get a proverb of the week, huh?
Yeah.
All right, real quick, get Proverbs. Let me see, 12. I think I'm on 12:26.
Proverb of the week.
Or, let me see. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with that.
Oh, I see what you want.
Yeah.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Right, the way of the wicked seduceth them. Right, so the reason that we be addicted to sex, the reason we be addicted to porn, the reason why it plays us and we get caught up in it is because we get seduced. We went over how the enemy, you know, they push it on television, on the media, in your music.
Right.
So it's in school. So it's see all them different angles, bro. Hey,
it's everywhere.
Trying to cut you many ways.
What Deacon Asaph brought out yesterday was so hard. Because he was like, remember Deacon Malachi was like, we should be praying day and night.
Right.
We not at that point. That's why we ain't getting delivered yet.
Right.
But the revelation is say that the devil working day and night.
Right.
The devil don't sleep. If the devil going harder than us, how we gonna overthrow him? He going harder than us. You see what I'm saying? So, like you said, they pushing it in school, television, media, music, all these different angles.
Every day.
That's why everybody got to put their damn brick in. Right. Sisters, learn how to teach. We got to get our kids out of these damn schools.
That's right.
Brothers, make the good music. Keep the commandments. Let the Spirit lead you. Be the next King David. Be a mighty prophet and a mighty musician.
Right.
All right? Don't be a mighty prophet first. You know what I'm saying? But be a mighty prophet and a musician if the Lord bestowed upon you that talent. Because we need it. Because music, listening to something new, we be like, man, it is dope. You know what I'm saying? Man, that new Nas was dope. For real, brothers in the truth still be having the conversations. Why? Mammon, dopamine. You know what I'm saying? For real. We need to be anticipating original royalty albums like that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Television, IUIC TV, leadership had to hone in on that. Y'all constantly just YouTube. All these ads, these recommended videos and all of that trying to lead you astray.
Yeah,
when you can just download IUIC TV. Ain't no other way to go. It's straight IUIC.
You gotta worry
straight
about
Bible.
You gotta worry about Wicked Esau
You ain't
coming
gotta
on after
worry
the video.
about Wicked nothing.
Nothing.
Download IUIC TV. For real. Next, we need our own app, just Israel Book. We need to get the hell away from Facebook.
That's
Instagram.
right.
I'm telling you, that's what's next. I know
man, that's a
leadership
good
got it
idea
in the
right there.
works. I'm telling you, we got to get the hell out Facebook, man. For real. The devil working harder than us, man. I'm telling you that. Hey, we gotta get it, cause the wicked seduce the righteous. The righteous.
Message.
For real. So, all praise to the Most High God. Pray I was edified today. You know what I'm saying? It's a good show. I pray that you brothers that's caught up in these addictions and sisters got the medicine that you needed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, you in the midst of idolatry. You in the midst of idolatry, man. It's not that serious. Paul said, I wish everybody would be like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. You know what I'm saying? For real. But, hey, brothers be like, nah, man, I gotta have it. I'm burning. And then they marriage be hell. Marriage be hell. Because you took your sister for lust. Your inspiration for getting married was mammon, not God. Not to build a nation. It wasn't Jeremiah 29, take ye wives. You wasn't moving in that spirit. You was moving in it's better to marry than to burn. You see what I'm saying? Them be the marriages that be hell, because you taking your sister for less. All right? So, all right, all praise to the Most High God. Like, share, subscribe. Send these likes up. Send these views up, man. This is our people. This is Let's Talk Truth.
That right.
Y'all ain't gonna hear these topics nowhere else.
Hell no.
For real. What you finna say, Ops?
I was gonna say radio.
radio.
ATA.
But all praise to the Most High God. So if y'all wanna donate, you can donate, all right? Donate to the cause. IUIC.littlerock.AR at IsraelUnite.org. All right? You want to donate to the whole organization as a whole. It's IUIC.fundraising at IsraelUnite.org.
That's right.
All right? So all praise to the Most High, man. Hey, Lord's willing, next week we'll be back.
Right.
With some more Let's Talk
Truth.
All right? Most High in Christ. Shalom.
I'm at war with myself. I'm at war. I'm at war. How can these sins like no? I'm at war with myself. I'm at war. Oh, I'm at war. How can these sins like no? Face the ease when I pray, I repent of my ways. Call my bro just to talk, I repent of my ways. I got laws on my mind, yeah, I know that's the way. Fear and dread on my brain, wisdom trying my ways. Yeah, devil, he be lurking in the shadows, trying to catch me slipping, it's a battle. But I stay girded from my loins up. This the price I pay when I serve the Lord. Gotta walk circumspect. Satan aiming for my neck. If I see sin, then I'm running Jezebel and give me yet. Wisdom try me just to see if she can trust me, man. I pray to God I'm worthy. If I fall, never give. I'm at war with myself. I'm at war. I'm at war. How can these sins like no? I'm at war with myself. I'm at war. Oh, I'm try to run, try to escape, but my feet stuck in clay. I just wish you really knew how much it weighed, like Dwayne. But the level of the demon that I'm fighting, Hall of Fame. He in my brain for real, he causing me pain for real. It's hard to restrain for real, he on the campaign to kill. I gotta fight, go to my lungs, focus on doing the will. I gotta pray, ask for the strength, hope the Lord give me the zeal. Done with the force, I loop, I'm seeking counsel and rebuke. Pray the evil gets reproved, spirits I'm trying to subdue. Man, this barbecue a mildew, you're gonna be known by your fruits. To kill off the weed, she gotta go deep, gotta pull it by the roots.
I'm at war with myself, I'm at war.